Let's get it. Let's go. Shout outs to everybody in the building. This Player Talk Radio. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Something I had a tab open. Something was playing. What's going on? Shout outs to everybody in the building. It's Player Talk Radio. We are here. My bad. I was sitting in the background jamming and putting the show together, man. What y'all know about that Afro beats, man? What y'all know about that sway toe, man? You know? Where my bro at? Shout outs to everybody here. What's going on? Shout outs to James Keels in the building. Shout outs to Bronze, Flat Power God in the building. Shout outs to the Cynical One, always number one in the building. Good to see you, love. Shout outs to everybody here. I'm putting some stuff together, man. I'm coming off of a not so good day, but you know, we're gonna pick it up on today's show. If you guys could please do me a huge favor, hit the like button, bless the Cash App on the way in. I got you guys. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about it. We started off talking about it on the last couple of shows. Actually, this is a conversation that we got to pick up from a couple years ago. You know, Hmm. I've been telling you guys about Gunna. Um, these tapes with Thug is old though. These tapes been out. I haven't played them in the past, but I really didn't really pay attention to these tapes until not too long ago when I was covering something else and I was listening to something and I was hearing Thug just straight up like just offer up information. I'm not gonna say he straight up snitched yet till we get further into the show. But he was just offering up information. Let me catch up on everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody here. What's going on, AZ Tech? Good to see you, broski, as always. Yeah, RATlanta. You know, you know. Shout outs to James Keels in the building. Shout outs to EB in the place to be, as always. Good to see you, brother. You did. Shout outs to Andre 420. What's going on, player? What you been up to, man? Where you been? Yeah, you was here for those conversations back in the day. We gonna chop it up. Shout outs and happy birthday. You did what I'm saying to and one play five. Y'all already know what the hell going on. You did. You did. You said you hope I dropped the link. It's all good. You said Ism was over on which doctor show talking about the starter chick. I mean, it was a concept in the space that really died down. I definitely went hard in the paint and still go hard in the paint. And yeah, I went in on Paul Pierce about that and a couple of other people, But the starter chick definitely it came from Rom Wills. It was something that Rom Wills came up with, the starter chick and the adjustable seven, but I did put a spin on it and I did put I put some gravy on it, and definitely was definitely the only one really pushing it in the space, but all of this stuff comes back around. You know what I'm saying, y'all? All of this stuff comes back around full circle, you know. The concepts and stuff like that. This is how so far behind people are, And instead of, giving people their props and actually really having a conversation and moving stuff forward, celebrities and people gonna be around here just stealing content. And people gonna be over there listening to them regurgitate content they ain't never came up with. I listen. I wouldn't be so mad or really like let down or upset about it if it wasn't me getting if the content wasn't getting stolen from me. But like I be hearing my shit all over the place in people's mouths and getting, misrepresented and regurgitated, and it saddens me, man, because we supposed to be content creators. You know, that's the whole point of being content creators. But you know, these celebrities, man, they cutthroat. They'll steal in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? They'll steal in a heartbeat. Mm. I don't know, man. I just, I don't give a fuck. I would love my recognition. You know. You said you was, but look, you gave credit. These niggas don't. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, that always happens. That definitely always happens. To a certain degree, you do got to cite your sources. But it's a lot of shit around here that I didn't get, my recognition for. You know, and a lot of celebrities and people are getting painted as brilliant. But whatever. I guess in due time. You know what I'm saying? I guess in due time. I don't even look for it no more. I'm like, I'm kind of getting numb to it. But a lot of stuff going on in these YouTube streets. What was I about to say? We'll get back into the whole Gilbert Melly Monaco thing. We got like I said, we got 21 Savage. We got Young Thug on the docket. We got a lot of other stuff to cover too. Melly Monaco. I don't think MTR did any type of response. You got Ringo going crazy. You know, man, we just been on fire the last couple of shows. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, guys, this whole weekend, bless the show, bless the Cash App, bless the PayPal. You know, let's open up this panel. Let's get today's show on the road. I know it's a little late. Saturday night, Sunday morning for you guys, but we gonna keep it going. You know, so let's kind of get into this before we get into it, and I add some commentary. You know, you got Young Thug. Like I said, we talked about this. People was on my case about Gunna snitching, and I've been telling you guys. I've been saying this for more than a year. Thug and Gunna, they took the same deal. You know what I'm saying? They took the same deal. You know, there was no way in hell, you know, they could hide that, that YSL, you know, uh, you know, wasn't a gang, and it's not Yves Saint Laurent. It's not y'all show is looking. No, YSL was a gang. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in hell. Thug snitched on himself so many times. Now, I gotta say this, because now everybody's kind of turning their back on Thug, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about where this new fake hate is coming from, and you about to see how fake celebrities are, if y'all already haven't. You know, um, everybody kind of licking they kind of some people standing on it, but everybody kind of everybody kind of looking at Gunna like, damn dog, you know, they looking at Gunna like, damn dog. Let's see how fake these celebrities is, you know. Um, but Thug, right? He done a lot of stuff for a lot of people. He showed love to a lot of people. He opened up doors for a lot of people, vice versa. Say what you want to. Thug is legendary. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been on top of his game recently, for a minute. But it's a lot to cover. Obviously, it's a lot to cover. But like I said, he hasn't been on top for a minute, due to his prison sentence and all kinds of other stuff. He said that's why I was on Platinum's channel. Bubba Jr. couldn't live over there. Who's Bubba Jr.? Hold on, I'm out the loop, James. I be in my own world. I'm out the loop, bro. But Thug, people like Thug, and by people, people of all backgrounds. White people like Thug. A lot of people that y'all wouldn't think like Thug. You know what I'm saying? Um, people like Thug's music. His music grew on a lot of people. Um, you know, Thug is legendary. He up there with at one point he's up there with Future, and a lot of he's just embedded in the scene in Atlanta, and he don't rub people the way that a lot of people think. He doesn't rub people the way that a lot of people think he does. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't a bad thing. But people got love for Thug. I'm gonna just throw that out there. So you know, what y'all finna see this week is about to be just a whole lot of fakery. He could do. Young Thug could do no wrong in a lot of niggas' eyes. I'm gonna just throw that out there. That's kind of where I'm getting at. With this thing, Young Thug he couldn't do wrong in a lot of niggas' eyes. When he first came out, a lot of people didn't like him until they realized he was with Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Thug, if y'all don't know, he really came up under, you know what I'm saying, him and the Migos, came up under Pee Wee Longway. You know what I'm saying? Came up under Pee Wee Longway. Everybody cut from the Pee Wee Longway cloth. A lot of people claim that they Dolph fans. They really not. You know what I'm saying? Because, Gucci and Dolph definitely under, some of the Pee Wee Longway cloth. If y'all know about the Felix brothers. You know what I'm saying? Kodak Black, definitely under the Pee Wee Longway cloth. Migos, you know. Jose Guapo, a lot of cats come up under the Pee Wee Longway cloth. You know? So anyway, Thug, I guess he was trying to, save his mans. Like I said, they try to say that that was Thug's manager and stuff like that, Roscoe, and they were saying that, well, they wasn't saying it. Thug said that, he was trying to basically just save Roscoe. Roscoe and his brother. But Roscoe, he was, he shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus, or they were saying that he was the one that shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus, and Thug was like, well, Roscoe knew Wayne, and Roscoe used to bring Wayne drugs and all this other stuff, just offering up information. You know what I'm saying, to the police and stuff like that. Not invoking his right to stay silent. He was just, talking to the police and just telling them all kinds of different stuff that they didn't need to know. That's not like, vital information to them and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's crazy because, Thug did more talking than Gunna. And I was telling you guys, I was like, Gunna just said that it was a gang. You had a whole bunch of other people saying that it was a gang. Gunna didn't do all of that snitching. There's no interrogation tape with Gunna. Gunna didn't have to testify. Shoot, if you kind of think about it, Thug did a little bit more talking than Woody. Even though Woody was in there spinning the police and stuff like that, even though Woody did snitch, he was really spinning the police. And Thug was saying that he was spinning the police also, but I don't know. So now it's kind of like, you got a lot of people getting out at the same time. You got YFN Lucci, he's out. A lot of people still kind of saying he's not real because he threw his friend out the car. But I mean, that's kind of, if your friend hanging out the window and decide to try to head tap somebody and you doing a damn drive-by in a fucking Maybach and he get head tapped, I'm not gonna lie, it's the nature of what y'all was doing, man. You push his goofy ass about the car. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you a fat nigga. Why are you a fat nigga hanging out the fucking window like you ain't a target? Like, nigga, we see you. But they say YFN Lucci got some tapes. Yeah, cause how did he get out of that? Number one, being the driver. What's going on, Skyfall? So I went over a couple of things too with you guys with the Dolph situation, with the Dolph case also. Speaking of Dolph. Because we covered the Hernandez Govan, the Hernandez Govan case. We and 1Play5 crazy, bro. We covered the Hernandez Govan case, and one of the loopholes to snitching is to tell on somebody that's already dead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they can't get put in jail. They already dead. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like a loophole. And dead man can't. He can't defend himself. He can't tell no stories. He can't. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta put it on the dead man. Put it on the Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? So, Juke was the fall guy. And he maybe was the guy that orchestrated it, I mean, that's really what it is, You got Rollo also in you know what I'm saying? He got a couple of snitch allegations on him. And I like Roscoe. Hold on. I said Roscoe. Hold on. Give me 1 second, Sean. I'm a little jumbled up. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. And all of them are all linked to Birdman. Hold on. I said Roscoe. My bad. I meant Rollo. God damn it. Ock shit, pop shit. He said 12 can't stop shit, but I don't know. Anyway, Rollo, he ended up being on on the phone, and he ended up was talking about how he was in there telling and stuff like that because he was like spinning the police or whatever, and he ended up getting out. You know what I'm saying? He ended up getting out also, but the thing is that people in the street ain't that damn smart. You know what I'm saying? So if they hear something or somebody said something, they're gonna take it and run with it. They're not they're not into deciphering stuff like that. So just like stuff like the fact that Thug is talking to the police, they're gonna call that snitching. You know, whether he said anything to incriminate somebody or put somebody in the ground, is to them it's like you just don't talk to the police. Period. Whether they know what the hell going on or not. Niggas ain't smart enough to read no fucking affidavit and paperwork and shit like that. They got, that's why they got other people that read it for them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Rollo tried to spin the police. He's caught on phone, and when the guy was inquiring about him snitching, he's like, I had to make it juicy for them. So what he was saying is that he had to hype up the story and stuff like that, and make it believable. And when he came out, even though he didn't snitch, the hyped up story that he put out, right? That circulated. So you have a lot of people saying that he snitched. They didn't get the full story. So the snitch allegations is it's following him wherever he goes. You know what I'm saying? Just like Gunna and stuff like that, right? Then you got a couple of gangs in ATL. You got Four Pockets Full. You got 21 Savage's gang. You got a lot of different gangs, running around in the neighborhoods. You got a couple of renegade gangs too, renegade people there too. And they kind of control different parts of Atlanta. Some are Bloods, some are Crips, some happen to be GDs. Back in the day, I was gonna sign the I wasn't going to sign to QC, but I had the attention of QC. I used to talk to Coach K back in the day. That's a fun fact. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see on today's show that recently they got 21 Savage and Thug on the phone. And Thug, and they even alluded that 21 Savage called QCP a snitch and stuff like that, because there was a story that was going around at that time where he got shot and his friend got shot and killed, I think, and he got chased with a gun and all kinds of stuff. It was just crazy, and he ran in Lennox and stuff, and I think or something like that, and was telling and stuff like that. So that was like a big story too. So yeah, duct tape mob still exists too. It's funny because Young Lay, he done made his comeback. Generate Gen Z. All they know is that little part of the song of A9. Keel said, we know KS is AM in a suit, and ism talking points is Kuda all facts. I mean, it's all good. I mean, I gotta do a tour. Shout outs to Bobby. Shout outs to James. Kevin Samuels actually is pushing BGS talking points all over the world. Like, a lot of people don't even know they're listening to BGS more when they listen to Kevin Samuels in a lot of cases too. Sign language, all of that shit is BGS more. Winter is coming. All of that shit is BGS more. But no, there's so much gangs it's so much gangs out there. It's ridiculous. It gets crazy. You know what I'm saying? You had 21 Savage, you got Young Nudie, you got you know Lil Baby, who's now in the crossfire because look, the Rico didn't come after him. You don't know, he act like he was giving back to Fonny, so he kind of, I guess he kind of got on or paid something, some charity or whatever. He had to switch it up. It's not 4PF anymore. He got on Fonny's good side. Um, what else I was about to say? Um, so he don't really. I don't know if Lil Baby still got a Rico coming down on him. He been trying to get hot, and they were going in on Lil Durk too. A lot of shit going on. I mean, you know, um, Lil Baby basically started rapping because of Young Thug. You know, I got you. Let's get a couple of donations before I drop the link. I got you guys. But yeah, Lil Baby started rapping because of Young Thug, and Young Thug paid Lil Baby to stay up out the streets. You know what I'm saying, and stop gambling and stuff like that. So, Lil Baby, he feels that he feels that he owes Thug. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to keep that in mind. But Lil Baby still signed to QC. So now, that Lil Baby still signed to QC, and this came out about Pete, which was something that happened a minute ago. You don't know if they got around each other again or if they made up or whatever. And I'm talking about Thug or in 21 and shit like that. You know, probably ain't feeling, what was said about him. Especially if he got shot during that exchange, which I'm pretty sure he did get shot. So now Lil Baby got to choose and shit like that, and then it's not looking good with all of this stuff, with all of this information coming out. And then, you got 21 talking about sliming out Gunna, sort of, basically extorting Gunna, you know. And I've been saying this since, last year. Gunna, the only one really keeping YSL alive. I mean, Thug signed a lot of people that really wasn't doing nothing. I mean, Keed would do something. That's probably it. Keed and his brother. And then you got what's his name? My man out here worked with them. Yak Gotti. He got one of they definitely did him dirty. In that case. I don't know if Nietzsche. I like Nietzsche. And then he had some girls on YSL, Hedora and some other, chicks on there, but they really didn't. It wasn't really doing much. Doug was the only one that was really doing something. So what really bit Thug in the ass was that he was running around, calling niggas snitches and oh we don't like snitches, oh we don't hang around. Everybody was just a snitch to him, you know, at this point, you know. And oh Killer Rat, this, that, and the third. 21 Savage, he rap about the same shit. Nudie, he rap about the same shit. So I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people, Thug Word ain't really too good right now. I wonder what Future think. Future definitely collabed with them. A lot of people wanted Thug free. We about to see this week, y'all. Once it kind of sit in, once people get a chance to really sit back and listen to the tape, you know, you about to see how fake a lot of people is. I know Drake happy than a motherfucker. Like he finally got some of the heat off of him, you know. And you know, he got this Iceman album joint about the drop. I don't even know if it's the official cover, but I hope, you know, that cover look weird, you know. Kendrick Lamar dropped. Drake's about 30 million more listeners and views more than Kendrick Lamar now. See how fake that shit was? Oh, you know who even more faker than the rappers? The fans. Oh yeah, the hip hop fans are fake as fuck. Some of the fakest people on the planet. Hip hop fans. Real talk. So yeah, let's get into it. You know, let's get into a little bit of this Young Thug. I'll you know what, just to add some context, we're gonna throw on some trap lore. Even Whack 100. He was sticking up for Thug for a little bit, you know, and then he couldn't even keep up with it. He's like, damn, you know what? Give me 1 second.
And I get 70-80% of them. So the full 27-minute call between 21 Savage and Young Thug has just leaked, and it is embarrassing. It really exposes 21 Savage for being a huge snake, and it also exposes Young Thug for being a huge snake too. But yeah, this is just really not a good look for 21. It's not a good look.
All right, hold on, y'all. Before we get into the content, please hit the like button. Please hit the Cash App and support the show. And please, this is the last day. If you want something for free, I got 2 free gifts for you. If you guys can head over to hempforfitness.com and take advantage. The last day of August, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys head over to hempforfitness.com and take advantage of the, you know, August buy one get one free sale. If you buy one, you get one free to equal or lesser value. Something over there for everybody. And you know, if you mention DJ Kuda, you'll get 2 extra free gifts on top of your order. And then, if that ain't already fire, there's some gas over there too, some fire, all right? Hey. If that ain't already fire, if you use coupon code T-Tube10, you'll get an extra 10% off your order if you use coupon code T-Tube10. All right. So if you're trying to get back in shape, trying to get back in the gym, wintertime coming up, you got to find different ways to stay warm. So if you're trying to get back in shape, you're trying to get back in the gym, you're trying to regulate your eating habits, you're trying to sleep well, you're trying to relax, you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? Certain things that you're trying to do. You got some fitness goals and you know what I'm saying? And things that you want to reach, you want to ease yourself back into it. Make sure you head over to hempforfitness.com and stop waiting for results and start feeling them. It's Player Talk Radio. You already know. Let's get into it.
For Thug, it's not right now. It's really not a good look for the whole of RATlanta. Sorry, I mean Atlanta. Okay, but I want to take you guys back to a simpler time, man. Let's go back to a better time, back when RATlanta was still Atlanta, back when all the best rappers were still collaborating, doing their thing, linking up, doing songs together. 21 Savage and Gunna and Thug, they were all jumping on songs, man. They were jumping on songs like this one, Emergency. You know what I mean? Even back then, even Gunna was dissing the Rats. He said, when I really pull up, you gonna call the authorities. I run it up, gotta see who I can really trust, because these dudes ain't for me. Who knows if he had a crystal ball and he knew how things would work out, because damn near everyone on this track is a complete snake. Okay, it's crazy. And on the song, they was talking on killings too. Come with it, we kill him, ain't no sympathy. All right. He said, when they bury his body, don't nobody speak. It was a simpler time, man. And even in 2022, right before the Rico dropped, Big 21 Savage and Gunna were linking up, doing songs together. This track I thought I was playing was from Gunna's Drip Season Forever. This was back when everyone was loving Gunna. This was back when a little bit of Gunna clout was the perfect thing that you needed. But that's all gone out the window, man. This full 27-minute jail call between Young Thug and 21 Savage is just leaked in its entirety. We've been hearing clips all over the internet, but I'm here to tell you this, just like the thumbnail said, all right? Shout out to Poetic Flacco. This is bad, okay? This is bad. So I'm going to run through the call. I'm going to play you all the most relevant parts. Damn near the whole thing's relevant, but I've picked out the best parts to play you. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to explain and give context to everything that's said, because that's what we do over here, okay? And again, this is a very bad look for everybody involved. And I think 21 Savage, there's some redeeming moments in this interview. I keep saying interview, in this jail call. But there's also some very embarrassing moments where it's clear that he is two-faced. Both of these guys are two-faced snakes, by the looks of it, unfortunately.
Well, this is the thing. They all clicked up. They all clicked up. And like I said, prior to everybody clicking up, who was the person on the frying pan who was the person on the frying pan? Drake. And then who knows? Drake and Thug is cool. As far as I know, Drake and Gunna is cool. Who was to say that if Thug wasn't free, he would have turned on Drake, even though Thug was trying to get everybody to get back together and claimed that he didn't have a problem with Drake. That's when Atlanta started getting goofy. When they turned on Drake. I'm not even gonna lie. We don't trust you and stuff like that. I mean, for what it's worth, some good music came out of it, but they didn't have to turn on Drake like that. Even down to the producers, y'all. You're never gonna fully agree with how everybody moves, especially in the music industry. But people gotta look out for them. People gotta look out for themselves, man. Drake, Drake done fucking signed a $500 million deal. Like, that's unheard of. 500 M's, y'all.
Okay,
God
and it
damn.
starts off with Thug being a bitch. All right.
And then also too, 21 Savage conveniently went missing for a good part of that beef and had to stay around Drake. 21 Savage, he stayed around Drake. Even though his mans and who else put him on was Metro Boomin. Drake even got some beats from Metro Boomin through 21 Savage. And Metro Boomin didn't like that. What was that song on Her Loss? With Project Pat. Knife Talk. And then also too, on top of that, Future and Drake fell out because Drake did a joint tape. I was gonna play Jumpman earlier too. I still might play Jumpman, but Drake and 21 did a tape. You know, just like Drake and Future did a tape back in the day from What a Time to Be Alive. And it's not the first time Future and Drake fell out. You know, when Future first came out, Drake was on Tony Montana. A lot of y'all don't remember this, but Drake was on the original Tony Montana, and he didn't show up to the video. You know, and that was Future's. That was Future's. That was his baby. That was that's the song that really started a lot of stuff. I mean, I was listening to Future for a long time before Tony Montana, but whatever. So it's a lot of politics going on right now, And
calling 21 Savage, the whole purpose of this call was to call him and say, yeah, I'm planning to drop the same day as Gunna. I need verses from you.
Man, bro, I'm trying to drop an album the same day Gunna drop, bro. You need to, y'all sent you a song, put a verse on it.
And that would have been a double payday too. Thug knew he was gonna make some money if Gunna dropped. Well, he didn't know, because he didn't know how the outside world really felt about Gunna at that time. That was it. That album could have been hit or miss, but if it missed, this little plot would have worked, but it didn't.
So he called him up. He said, I'm gonna need you to put a verse on this song. All right, I've got songs on my new album coming, and we're gonna diss Gunna. We're gonna go at Gunna. Okay, that's the plan. I'm gonna drop the same day. All right. 21 asks him, when is Gunna supposed to drop? And Young Thug laughs. He says, I'm gonna drop the same day. I can move his project around. I can do whatever I want because he signed to me.
When he supposed to drop? Man, that nigga ain't finna drop.
He dropped Friday, nigga. How do you think I ain't gonna know he signed me?
He dropped Friday for sure?
Man, 100% Friday. I can hold his shit back if I want to. If my album don't be ready, I can hold it back. But Drake already sent the song called, the name of my album, I'm gonna drop my album on the same day he dropped, and it's called Business is Business. Then I'm gonna drop an album the very next week after that. It's gonna be a singing album, and it's called Love You Later.
Now that follow-up album didn't end up coming out, and I don't think this plan really worked out the way he was hoping it was going to work out, man, because Gunna dropped his project and it did very well. Now, just to give a little bit of context, okay, Gunna's album A Gift and a Curse ended up actually dropping on June the 16th, and Business is Business actually ended up dropping the week after on June the 23rd. And to give Thug his credit, okay, his project went number 2 on the Billboard charts, sold 89,000 units first week. All right, we can see that there. And Gunna's project actually landed at number 3 on the Billboard charts, did 85,000 units in its first week. So Thug had the ups on him when this happened, only slightly, but he didn't end up having it in him to drop on the same day. And interestingly enough, all right.
And that's the thing, you know, Gunna is on tour, but Gunna don't be doing too much marketing like that. You don't be doing too much marketing like that, so that's impressive.
21 Savage, he sent in that verse. He was on the project, okay? He was on 2 songs. He was on one song called Want Me Dead, which actually didn't include any disses towards Gunna. It didn't include any disrespect, but it was on the project. He did send in the verse. And another song called With the Racks, okay? This one was quite a hard song. I had this on the playlist a lot. And on this one, okay, 21 actually did seemingly diss at least Snitches. He said, I put her up in a chokehold, they snitching and broke pole. All right. So low-key, he hopped on there. He rode for Thug. All right. There are a lot of Thug riders getting exposed right now. But he rode for Thug. But they went on to speak for a good...
But that's the thing. That's another thing, too, when Gunna got out. He was still repping YSL. He even did an interview and said that, you know, everything is all good. Till word got back to him. So even that information to him was delayed before, you know, he was really clear. Because I remember when he got out, nobody knew where Thug and him stood. And I said, you know, he got to go make some money for them. Get the label back in you know, in good stance. Thug wasn't trying to hear that.
27 minutes, okay, just about the devious plans that Thug had to ruin Gunna's career. It was all planned. It was all orchestrated. None of this was organic. It was all orchestrated on purpose out of jealousy for what Gunna was doing. And 21 Savage, to his credit, this is why he's a two-faced snake, okay? At points in this conversation, he's trying to stick up for Gunna. He's saying, oh, Gunna ain't do you that bad. You should... And he's got the sense, the foresight of what I told everybody that Thug should have done, which is forgive Gunna and get to this money. He's kind of sticking up for Gunna and saying, oh, you know, why don't you clear his name? You're going to own half of his career. Like, you could 21 Savage, the snake that he is, he even says, yo, why don't you try and put Gunna in a really even work? Why don't you try and extort Gunna and tell him, look, I'll show my support and say that you're not a rat if you sign to me for another 4 albums and I get 70-80% of them. 21 Savage is a real snake behind the scenes, all right? This is very, very telling. And they go back and forth, and 21 Savage, he kind of changes his position. You can tell he doesn't really believe in what Thug's saying, but like a meat rider does, man, he lets Thug convince him, and then he's riding for Thug, and then he hops on the album and disses Gunna, man. So it devolves from there, all right? Basically, after this, we end up hearing Thug. He literally begs 21 Savage, right? He literally begs him, pleads with him, please, bro, go to the studio and do this project, okay? And 21 basically tells him that Gunna, that Thug should have helped clean Gunna's face up and taken the 80% of his career, basically extorting him. It's crazy. Listen to this.
Man, bro, please go to the studio and do the song, bro.
Yeah, I'm finna do it. I'm saying, I don't think you should play it like that, bro.
Why?
I feel like you should have just made that nigga come in. Like cleaned his face up and made him come in more. Like, if I need 80% of everything, 70%, I'm gonna tarnish your face card.
He said you should have extorted Gunna and said, I need 80% of everything or I'm going to tarnish your face card. That's what 21 is suggesting that Thug does. He told Thug, in my opinion, just in my opinion, it sounds like he's telling Thug you should extort Gunna. You should dangle the freedom of his reputation above his head. Hey, Gunna came out of this on top, man. But as we're going to hear, okay, 21 Savage basically says, yo, you should capitalize.
And that's another thing. Gunna's still the face of the A. Thug can't really get it without a feature. Thug can't really get a hit like Gunna can. Gunna can get a hit by his own damn self, and then I think even now Gunna got a hit with somebody from I think he got hit with Burner Boy. You know, both of them were kind of piping out Chloe from Hallie and Chloe. You know, what's going on, country boy? Good to see you. Shout outs to everybody here. Please hit the like button on the way in. Bless the show. All right, we here. So let's get into it. Let's go.
Eyes on what happened. You should capitalize on Gunna. And he's speaking sense. He said, look, for all of this stuff that's happened, you might as well at least make money from it.
At the end of the day, bro, you did what you did, but we got to capitalize on everything we do in life, bro. Like, at the end of the day, saying fuck a nigga, what that's really finna get a nigga for real.
Oh, definitely. You know, I still get 50% of a nigga album anyway, though, whatever album. but goddamn.
Yeah, but shit.
Yeah, right.
It's still just like it's the money though. Like shit, they can get the money by.
See these, you know, it's funny because it's kind of like the YouTube streets all over again. You know, in Discord and stuff like that. These rappers, they be on the quote unquote back chat. Niggas all on the back chat.
By telling the world, like, well, I told him to do that. Just cause, like.
Business is business.
See, Young Thug thinks he's John Gotti of Atlanta, right? 21 basically says, yo, look, you're getting 50% of the album. Money is money. You should get the money, and you should tell the world that you told Gunna to take that deal. Now, we're going to get to that later because we're going to hear a diabolical lie from Thug in this, and you can tell that he's playing. These are two guys that are snaking each other, okay? But Thug, he thinks he's a mob boss. He laughs it off. He says, nah, business is business. All right, business is business. I'm going to show him. All right. And 21 basically says, well, Thug, you can feel how you feel. You know, feel however you want to feel. And he basically does break it down and he sticks up for Gunna. He says, in my heart, I don't believe that Gunna really intended to hurt you. But Thug says, hell no.
But at the same token, is like, shit, you feel how you feel. I ain't tell you how you feel. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I don't, in my heart, but I don't feel like Shawty did what he did with the intention of hurting you. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really get that vibe from him. I feel like he's just green.
He said that I don't think Gunna really intended to hurt you. I don't get that vibe from him, okay? I think he was just in a tough spot and he wanted to get out of there.
Hell no. Okay.
Listen to these little girly little laughs. Hell no. Thug's in prison just planning how he can ruin this man's life out of jealousy. That's what's going on here. Isn't that little diabolical laugh, man? It's embarrassing.
Hell no. Okay. Is it anything in the entire world? If me and you were locked up and I told you to do that, would you do it?
Well, we different types of niggas though.
We ain't.
He ain't, bro. That nigga, he. I'm saying like, we earn a loyalty different than probably what he do to a certain extent.
So 21's basically saying, Thug said, hey, if I told you to take that plea, would you take it? 21 said, nah, I wouldn't take it. I'm built different. We built different to Gunna. We don't earn our loyalty and our respect differently to how Gunna did it, all right? And so what you're going to hear in a second is 21 basically asks Thug if he's seen his brother Unfunk's plea, all right? And he says, I'm hearing that you told him to take that plea. And Thug says, on God. He merches it on God. Swears to God, I did not tell him to take that plea.
Man, bro, you seen your brother plea?
And then say it later.
But he said you told him to do that.
Man, watch out.
Man, on God.
That's a nervous laugh.
That's what he telling the truth.
Man, on God, he kept. On that same God, he kept. Man, he come in suddenly to take a plea and tell lies on me. To get me sitting that road, man. I've been over jail cell. Man, I don't know the hell. Bro, that nigga just broke my heart, bro. I can't believe that nigga, bro. What the fuck, bro?
He said his brother broke his heart. He can't believe he took that plea. But yesterday, on Twitter, he did a tweet and delete. He said, my brother would have rolled the whole trip out, but when them guys took the plea, I told my brother to take it too. He had just done 12 years, and I didn't want to put my mama through that again. Free Unfunk. He's a liar. On God, he's a liar.
Yeah.
On God, he's a liar. And 21 Savage is trying to give Gunna some bail and saying, why don't you just say, why don't you just say that he took the plea? This, who knows, this tweet could be a lie, right? Listen to the hypocrisy. 21 Savage said, why don't you just tell the world that you told Gunna to took that plea to save face and make some money? Thug says, F all that. Money ain't worth it to me. I want to bury this guy. I'm a hater. Now, whether or not he actually, did he merch it on God that he didn't tell his brother to take that plea? If he did, he's lying on God. And maybe this is why God is striking him down with these snitching allegations. Or did he take to Twitter to lie, to throw his brother some bail, and do the same thing that 21 Savage said that he should have given to Gunna, but for Umfunk, who probably ain't making him a penny? Very, very interesting stuff. But let's get back to the call, because it just evolves from here, okay? He says that his... Thug says...
I mean... Let me say something that's probably on everybody's mind about this shit, right? Can't somebody just say that Thug probably was just jealous of Gunna and his success? You know, you really not supposed to get bigger than the program. You know, and I like Thug. So, I mean, I hate that I'm even saying this shit. Or we at where we at right now with it. Why is he picking on Thug out of all the people that snitched and all the eggs that cracked during this case? Shout outs to whoever scanned the QR code. Yeah, man. Head over there, get you some green apple gummy rings. Them shits look good, don't it? Take advantage of that sale. Mention DJ Kuda, you get 2 free gifts with your order. And if you use code T-Tube10, everything pinned in the top comment. You get an extra 10% off, all right? But yeah, you know, Thug, he choosing to pick on Gunna. At this point, it got to be jealousy, but let's go.
He was heartbroken, all right? He was heartbroken about his brother taking that plea. On God, he would have never told him to take that plea. Cap detected. But 21 Savage basically kind of flips around, all right? The snake kind of wiggles over onto his belly. And he says, hey, I'm convinced. That's all it took. 5 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm convinced. He says, drop the album. Drop the album on the same day. Let's screw over Gunna then. Why not? I'm convinced after 5 minutes.
Yeah, man. Drop the album. I forgot about that.
Why I said shit in, that nigga said, yes, ma'am. God damn, bro. Like, that's crazy, nigga. I'd rather die before I ever in my life switch up on little man. I'm dying. I don't give a damn.
Thug said he would rather die than switch up on his people, all right? And Thug goes on to say Gunna made it cool for everyone to take a plea. Now, this is before Thug got his plea. So it's cool when you do it to Yak Gotti, who's still facing his charges. And Thug actually pled guilty to gang charges, whereas Gunna took an Alfred plea. It's cool when Thug does it. But when Gunna does it, nah, it's all wrong. It breaks his heart. He would rather die. A few months down the line, Thug doing the exact same thing to Yak Gotti.
Well, I mean, Thug had no choice. I mean, they had him in the corner. It's like, bro, like, come on, dog. You holding yourself up at this point, and you've been in there for a long time. He just wanted to go home and be with Mariah's fine ass. What is Mariah saying about this?
Shanna Stillwell.
Man,
What is Future saying about this? That's the one I want to know. I really don't give a damn about 21 Savage unfollowing Thug. How he unfollowed Thug when they were... Never mind, you know what?
we ain't never got a part of the same goddamn organization, music group. We ain't got to be a part of none of that. I ain't no switch up on what? I be beating with you and still don't switch up though.
Well, God.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't respect it, bro. Nigga, you took a plea first, so you done there made it cool for everybody else to take a plea, nigga. Like, I don't respect that.
So now he's blaming Gunna for
So he looking at Gunna as the one that made the dominoes start to fall. But that's not true.
taking the plea. He's saying you made it cool for everyone else to take a plea. But when Thug took a plea before Yak Gotti, that's cool. That's fine. That's no problems whatsoever, okay? And he goes on to say, all right, and there was a very good point made in this as well that points out even more hypocrisy from Young Thug, all right? He goes on to say, you know, Gunna took the plea. He said the drugs and gun wasn't his in the car. And even Young Thug points out something that a lot of people keep capping. A lot of people saying, Gunna and Thug were in the car. So when Gunna took his plea and said the drugs and the guns in the car weren't mine, he's putting it on Thug. No, there was a third man in the car. Some people have denied this man even existing, but he exists. And you're about to...
So that's what happened. That's how he kind of went down. Gunna was in the car. There was some guns. There was some, you know, controlled substances and stuff like that. There was a lot of stuff in the car. Nobody really copped to it. You know, so you know what the police do when nobody really cops to it. They're like, oh, well, then it's all of y'all. To get somebody to crack, right? No drugs intended. But it's to get somebody to crack. And the lawyers can get that shit dropped. You know what I'm saying? The lawyers can get that shit dropped. You know, and they were saying, oh, it was a rental car and all kinds of... The lawyers will get that shit dropped, man.
Here, Young Thug...
Which happened, but ties back into this.
Admit that he exists, and 21 says, well, you had a fall guy. He was supposed to take... Y'all was supposed to put the charge on the fall guy. 21 actually sticks up for Gunna here. It's very, very, very interesting.
Fair, bro. Oh, that nigga, man, you want Jeffrey Williams in the car? It was a gun and drugs in the car. Was it yours?
He probably said that, though, bro.
100%, but you
heard that? Now listen to that again. 21 said straight away, yeah, but he's supposed to say that. He was supposed to say that. Y'all both supposed to say that. You had a full guy. You had a full guy ready to go.
He probably said that, though, bro.
100%, but you.
That's the only part I don't agree with. I disagree with you on the other shit. He said that wrong, but that, like, nigga, it wasn't yours neither. It was the nigga who took the charge shit. It wasn't one of y'all. He supposed to say it was more than us in that car.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what he supposed to say.
That's all I'm saying. Because the DA ain't telling the judge. The DA ain't telling the judge and the jury that it was 3 people in the car.
Oh, there were 3 people. So now you're admitting there are 3 people in the car, right? So Young Thug's excuse now is, the DA is not telling the judge there were 3 people in the car. They're twisting it to make it look like, well, Thug, you could say there were 3 people in the car. You seemingly had a full guy ready to go with this whole situation.
What's going on, Gabe?
Okay?
Good to see you, man. How you doing?
And this is nothing new, right? This is
Hope all is well.
Nothing new. People been knowing a third guy was in the car. So just so you know it's real, I'm not capping, even though we just heard him say it, okay? There were 3 people in the car, all right? It was a Maybach, and it's Cedric Jones is facing charges of marijuana and theft by receiving stolen property. Sergio Kitchen's charged with marijuana possession, right? There was another person, drug and gun charges. They had a full guy. They had a full guy ready to go. Apparently, it's okay if you got a full guy ready to go. Okay, this is an even more detailed article. All right. The Cobb County case, along with co-defendant Cedric Jones. All right, they're accused of possession, all of these things. They had a full guy. All right, they arrested all of them. Jones was also accused of felony drug charges when indictments were handed down. All right. So that's it. That's it. There was another guy on the charge. And that's what 21 Savage said it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put it on the full guy. Y'all had a full guy in the car. You had a full guy ready to go. Apparently that's fine. Okay? So Thug is twisting it to try and make Gunna look worse, when in reality he's saying, oh, well, the DA doesn't know that there's 3 guys in the car. The facts are the facts. There's another guy in the car that's supposed to be the full guy. So you twisting the narrative to say him saying that it wasn't mine.
Shout outs to Gabe. Gabe said, kid woke up, so I'm up. Oh, man. Yeah, daddy duty calls, man. Shout outs to Gabe A in the building. Please hit the like button on the way in, everybody. Please bless the show. I got you guys at Player Talk Radio. Going a little bit deeper into this, you know what I'm saying? It's like 21 Savage halfway snaking. You kind of see Thug doing what Yo Gotti claimed that. I mean, Thug doing what Dolph claimed that he didn't like what Yo Gotti did. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, you know, to a certain degree, Thug is talking to 21 Savage about his artists. Remember, Gunna does work for Young Thug. Signed to Young Thug. So let's go.
And is saying that it's Thug. Because that's not what's happening. There was another guy in the car, right? And that's been known. So Thug basically just goes on to talk way more shit about Gunna. He says that he has no backbone, all right? He was supposed to... Basically, he just says that Gunna had been to prison and he should have known how to move, right?
That nigga shit, he took the charge. You just sitting there saying, yeah, man, like, he ain't got no backbone.
Yeah.
I don't respect that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no goddamn shit. He ain't been to prison before. Shout out been to prison. That's the other part I don't get. Like, man, you done been to the chain gang. You know how
he ain't been to prison. He been to prison? He ain't been in no damn prison.
Man, Gunna went to prison. And Gunna went to prison.
Really?
Yes, that's why he got kicked out of college. He got caught serving on the college campus. He did a
Young Thug loves to talk about other people selling drugs, doesn't he? He said Gunna got nicked, got arrested.
See, he on, and listen, anytime you on a prison phone, it literally, and even during the damn call, this call is being recorded.
For serving drugs on the college campus, and he got arrested for that, and he did time in a chain gang for it. And he's saying he didn't want to go back. He's about to say he didn't want to go back to jail, and they laughing. But Thug just loves to talk hot on other people's drug dealing activities, man. Same thing for Pee Wee Roscoe.
That's why he got kicked out of college. He got caught serving on the college campus. He did a
He don't want to go back. It's like rough for his ass, boy. That shit rough, boy. You gotta get a certain type of nigga, but you gotta have real mental strength, boy. Like, niggas don't be having that shit, bro.
So they're saying Gunna ain't got the mental strength to handle the chain gang. Even though he'd been to prison before, they're saying he couldn't handle it this time. That's what they're saying. So next up, okay, 21 basically says that Thug isn't wrong for still hating Gunna, but he basically says, look, you could have, and he's very smart. He says that you could have had a better outcome financially if you just rock with Gunna and you show love to him and you clean this up for him. And Thug says, hell no, Gunna's rap career is over. Even if this album goes #1, he can't drop again. And I'm detecting cap.
Boy, either way, I don't feel like you wrong. I just be trying to just think of, like, what be the best outcome of every situation. Like, that's how I be thinking. Like, all right, you fucked up, but goddamn, what's the best outcome of this shit? Like,
But how, like, what's the best outcome, though? What's the best outcome of it? Because I feel like it's really over with for your rap career. The album you put out might go #1, but that's it after that. You know what I'm saying? It's like on some real shit now.
You got to, you hold his career in your hand, bro. That's what I'm telling you. If you come out right now and tell the world what he did went wrong, because them folks already on the internet like, man, fuck all that. We rocking with them. Ever since he dropped that song, they like, man, we rocking with him. If you come out and tell the world that you was in agreement with that shit, his career ain't over. That's why I said, like,
I understand that part, but
now that's a bunch of cap, right? So Thug basically says, yeah, even if this album goes #1, right, his career's over. Now that's cap. Gift and a Curse went #3, and then he dropped One of One. One of One debuted at #2 on the Billboard 200 charts with 91,000 first week. He beat Your Business is Business.
Yeah.
Beat Your Business is Business. He's still going up and up and up. Thug ain't dropped another album, all right, and his songs ain't hitting like they used to. And then he dropped the last one.
And shit, I think Gunna kept his mind. Gunna kept his mind and his money right. So even though this was his last album on YSL that just dropped, and this album is fire that just came out, he probably could buy himself out of his contract. Truth be told.
Which debuted at #3 on the Billboard 200. To be fair, it dipped down a little bit, but he still surpassed where Thug was. But he's saying his career's over with. Doesn't look like it's over with. Looks like it's still going very strong. So cap detected for sure. And Thug basically goes on to say, all right, that he basically holds Gunna's career in his hands. And 21 basically said, look, you can save Thug and you can save Gunna and you can make money out of this. Thug says he doesn't want to backtrack because he wants to make himself look good for Lil Durk, Lil Baby, Future, who cut ties with Gunna already. He says he can't backtrack now that those guys have dissed him. He's trying to look tough for Lil Durk. Durk said I could have been part of that Rico. I called Thug, told him everybody that I shot. I want to hear that phone call.
And see, this shit fucked up a lot of people because you got Lil Baby trying to get back on and people are just doing him dirty. Thug trying to get back on, people doing him dirty. He don't know if he could catch a hit anymore. is really is, and then this is the thing. A lot of the people are growing up right now because you know you got Lil Uzi. He can't seem to find a hit no more, and he kind of got stunted growth because he kind of woke up one day and was 30. When he was telling and calling Ebro and a whole bunch of people old heads, and he's a rock star, and you guys are old and stuff like that. He ain't really pivot from that. He didn't think one day he wasn't gonna get old. I mean, if y'all go listen to J. Cole's song 1995, bruh, Cold World was right, man. And that's the crazy part about hip hop. You gotta have the kids, man. Fucked up as that may sound, you gotta have the kids, bro. You don't got no fan base if you ain't rapping to no damn kids in hip hop. Trippie Redd back with Alex looking crazy. NBA Youngboy, a OG. He's not even young no more. I mean, he is, but he ain't. You know? Make sure y'all hit the like button, support the show. I got you.
Leaking.
Think about niggas like you, Wham, Dirt, Fudo, niggas who I really fuck with, who like my brothers who already done like cut ties. Imagine niggas that y'all niggas already done cut ties with a nigga, and then I come and take a nigga and be on the nigga's side after they did what wrong. They can cause him.
Yeah,
like,
but
you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm slapping y'all.
No.
So Thug says, nah, it's like a slap in the face to Dirk and Future and you guys that are already dissing Gunna on my behalf, even though we're orchestrating this whole thing and he ain't really do nothing wrong and I'm lying about my brother's plea. But I can't backtrack and lose face with Dirk and the guys. And even 21 Savage, he then slithers back into the conversation and says, nah, them guys are wrong for jumping the gun. They should have waited for you. They should have waited for King Slime, please. They should have been on their knees, open mouth, waiting for King Slime to give his opinion on the situation before having their own opinions as men.
I know it ain't, because, no, niggas need to stop jumping the gun. Niggas be, like, I don't know, bro. It's like,
how you call that jumping the gun, though?
Cause I'm not doing nothing until I talk to you. Like I told him. You know?
So 21 Savage basically is about to say that he called Gunna when Gunna got out after his plea, and he said straight up to Gunna's, well, to his ears, I guess, not to his face, on the phone, look, I can't rock with you unless Young Thug co-signs it. I cannot rock with you until I've heard from Young Thug, and Young Thug ain't rocking with you, so I ain't rocking with you.
And Lil Baby did the same thing. Now, Lil Baby feels that he owes Thug his career because Thug paid Lil Baby to not be on the streets no more. But let's go.
Did you either?
So he called me when he got out. I told him, look, I can't fuck with you unless just fucking with you. Type shit. I ain't finna say nothing about you on the internet. I ain't finna let the world know I ain't fucking with you until just say something.
But you know,
that's what
like,
they supposed to did. Like,
but ain't nobody
niggas trying to go at him to get clout. Yes,
So 21's now saying, look, all these guys, Dirk and them, all right? That's what he say about Big Dirk up in here, man. 21's saying Dirk and them and Lil Baby, Pluto, they're just dissing Gunna for clout. They're not really rocking with Young Thug. They're just trying to get a little bit of clout dissing Gunna because it's so cool to diss snitches now. You're trying to ruin this man's life. And 21 Savage points out, all right, hey, he's the one that points out, oh, Lil Baby unfollowed Gunna. Lil Baby unfollowed Gunna. 21, you unfollowed Young Thug, and we all saw it, and then you backtracked. Facts.
They have. Dirt
said something to him, but that's it. Like, Wham, them ain't doing all this shit. Like,
Wham unfollowed him.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just that little boy shit. That ain't really saying that to them.
Yeah,
hey, you heard it from Thug himself, man, that all the unfollowing, that's just little boy shit, man. Hey, Thug said it, man. Thugs, that's just little boy stuff, okay? 21 basically goes on to backtrack once again, all right? He's basically throwing stuff out there to see if Young Thug likes it, and if it doesn't stick, he pulling it back, okay? What about this? Oh, no, I don't believe that, yeah. Oh, why don't you, like, patch it up with Gunna, because you're kind of in the wrong, and Gunna didn't really do nothing wrong. Oh, no, okay, well, King Slime says goes, okay, no, fuck Gunna. Let me get the album, man. Send me those songs.
But that's still
yeah, but that's still
but guess what, that
what
makes
your
you,
position is, bro.
but
I ain't saying they wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they jumped the gun. But
Niggas
look,
supposed to have a conversation with you for they do it. That's just
but
how I look at it.
So Thug is basically about to say, well, 21. Well, Lil Baby didn't jump the gun. He actually called me immediately and basically asked me, should I sever ties and basically be a dick to Gunna? Please, King Slime, we'll do anything you say. Oh, I can't do anything. I can't tie my shoes without Big Jeffrey telling me which fucking lace to start with. And he said, Lil Baby called me immediately and checked in and just said, oh, what should be...
I know Gunna probably like, damn, dog, this nigga was in a whole snake pit the whole time. I know Gunna probably like, damn, I was in a snake pit the whole time. And look at if Thug came out and pretended to be his friend, how much of a threat he would have been around. That's crazy.
What should my opinion be on this before forming my own opinion as a man? What are we doing? Are we putting our foot on Gunna's neck and trying to ruin his career for no reason, for jealousy? Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Wham did though. I talked to Wham. So we get on the phone. Hey, you told Buddy them do that? All right, hell no. He's like, all right, say less. Same shit. I'm from off top. Soon it happened. G-Off hit me.
Yeah, but you still at Buddy party though. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
yeah, that was Gunna.
They like,
he pushed up on me knowing you were busy with a rat.
So now they're laughing. They're basically saying, yeah, but then Lil Baby was still at QCP's party and QCP's a rat. And then Thug's laughing. He said, yeah, on Gunna's song, he said, how are you pushing up on me, but you doing business with a rat? Listen, man, you guys need to grow up. That's what I'll say. You guys need to grow up, okay? Now, Thug basically goes on to say that Lil Baby apparently didn't know that QCP was a rat when he got into business with him. And now Thug says, well, if you're making money, if you got on a play running with people, then it's okay if you didn't know they was a rat and then you find out. It's hypocritical, right? Because why can't you give Gunna the same grace? But when Lil Baby's got a situation with QCP, oh yeah, but he was getting money with him before he found out he was a rat, so that's fine. Hypocritical, because you can't give Gunna the same bail.
I respect about Buddy is, Buddy probably didn't know nothing about that before he started fucking with a nigga, and then a nigga really helped him. A nigga really took him where he needed to go, you know what I mean? So it's like, you done that can fuck with a nigga on a business tip. You see what I'm saying?
He said a business tip. He said, you guys are rocking with each other on a business tip, so ratting doesn't matter. You know, I couldn't possibly do business with Gunna. I'm just on some hater stuff. I'm trying to ruin his career because he got out and got in the gym. But it's okay when Lil Baby does it for QCP. It's okay. This is why Gunna, he thinks everybody's... this is why Young Thug, he thinks everybody's stupid. And he just thinks, nah, I'm King Slime. Everyone should just bow down to me and whatever I say. Selective politicking. No, it's cool if Baby's doing business with a snitch because they be getting money together, but it's not cool if you do something with Gunna because I'm getting 50% of his career. It's nonsense, bro. It's nonsense. And
well, I mean, that's the thing. When two people own the label, it's not like you just not dealing with one person. There's a whole another guy on the whole label, Coach K. You know, but shout out to Coach K.
This is when 21 Savage says, why can't Thug do the same with Gunna for money? He points it out, he's smart. 21 Savage is a smart cookie, but then he never stands on his points. He never presses the issue. As soon as Thug just comes up with a nonsensical response, 21 says, okay, boss. Okay, whatever. Yeah, okay, you the boss, you the King Slime. All right, we all bow down to you. I'm gonna just get down with whatever you think is the one to do.
I can respect his situation.
And that's what I'm telling you. I feel like you should.
But what I'm telling you is, if that it make you a rat too if you fuck with him because I told him to do that. I can't tell no nigga to snitch. You can't get on the phone and tell me, hey bro, hell yeah, take that plea, but man, you better take that plea. And the plea to make you, and the plea saying tell, the plea saying tell something, even though it's 100% lie. The plea saying I feel like it ain't no difference if I get on the internet, if I do anything to say I told him to do that. Real niggas still gonna be like, fuck, nigga, you told. I don't give
Too many people got in the thug ear, but hey.
who told you to do it. Can't no nigga tell you to tell.
Now, he's saying, can't nobody tell you to tell, but he tweeting that he told his brother to do that. So that's cap, that's hypocrisy. But this also contradicts the entire Pee Wee Roscoe narrative, because when Pee Wee Roscoe hopped on live with the wallet chain around his neck, he said, yeah, Thug did what he was supposed to do. He said he hopped in there, said, tell the police that, you know, we sold Lil Wayne marijuana. What? It completely contradicts. Thug said that Roscoe said that it's cool for Thug to do all that talking in the interrogation room. And now Thug's saying, no, it's not cool. You can't, even if it's a lie, even if you're taking a plea and it's a lie and you told somebody else to take the plea, that doesn't count. That's still telling. Well, what's this? What is this? He's just too deep. He just keeps digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's just getting crazy. It's just getting embarrassing at this point.
Like, that's why I'm saying my brother told me to do that. Nigga, I can't me and Savage could be in a motherfucking case together. God forbid. If Savage...
So he basically, you heard what he just said. He said, oh, my brother's saying that I told him to do that. Man, that's not true. That makes me a rat. If that makes you a rat, then what's this? All right. And then he goes on to tell a dumb story. He says, oh, if me and Savage did a murder together, like, it just doesn't make sense. Everything he's about to say doesn't make any sense.
Tell me, man, bro, go ahead. It's on me to take the plea. Man, you can't tell me to tell. You can't tell me to rat. I'm a man.
So this contradicts, everybody said a minute ago that it's okay to have a fall guy, and, you know, hey, whether it's Pee Wee Roscoe, whether it's somebody else, it's cool to have a fall guy. But now he's saying, no, if me and 21 do a murder together, and I tell 21, all right, snitch, say that it was me, is what it is, I did it, I'm gonna take the plea, tell on me, get yourself out of this jam, that don't count. He's getting very tongue-tied, all right, he's getting very confused, okay? And Thug, in the next part of this call, he says that initially he thought that he would actually side with Gunna. He actually said, all right, well, what does it change? You know, I'm basically...
I ain't gonna lie. I think Thug sits down in his luxury vehicles listening to Gunna. Not even looking for disses neither. You know what I'm saying? You gotta... He can't help but listen to Gunna. He be rocking the Gunna's music like, God damn, this shit hard. But I can't openly say this. You know that shit about to make him a buck. If he ain't already seen the splits, that shit already made probably a lot of fucking money. He might not even gotta go in the studio no more. But we gonna see who's gonna be dissing Thug this week. Rap game faker than listen. I might if I don't cover it on today's show, I'm gonna do a really broke up Atlanta, which is Drake. Use our common sense. The beef with Drake broke up Atlanta.
Yeah, I could still rock with him. People are going to look like him as a rat, and it doesn't matter what people told you to do. And he initially said he thought he was going to still rock with Gunna, but then he changed his mind.
Say nothing about this shit. I'm just woo. I might just be like, man, them folks did what they had to do. I don't feel like that was wrong. I swear to God, I was thinking about doing it, bro, but I'm like, shit, what the hell? That's gonna change. Savage still gonna look at you like, well, you a motherfucking rat.
So he just said, all right, initially, and this is why you can tell that he's a snake and he was really just jealous of Gunna. He says, all right, initially I was just going to see it as cool and just let it go and just say, well, what's it going to change in the trial? But then he's saying, nah, because everyone else, Savage and Dirk and them, they already looking at you like a rat. So I kind of have to show face with those tough guys and just ride with what they're saying. I'm just going to have to destroy your life, even though I don't even truly believe that you told on me. I'm just going to have to rock with this to show up for the other goons in Atlanta and in Chicago and all that kind of stuff, okay? Now, 21 goes on to say that he still thinks that Thug would be better off keeping Gunna's career going and keeping Gunna clean of the situation. But in the same breath, he says, I respect your position. If you don't want to do that, Thug, I'm going to still ride with you.
Because like, I can get 50% of this album right here that's going to go number one. I could get 50% of everything. I'm still going to get 50% of everything, but my words can make every album after this go number one. Fuck just this one. Feel what I'm saying? But it's like shit. At the same time, it's like
But that's the thing though. When you do got somebody like Gunna around, something and you should have clicked and been like, okay, I still got to handle business. Say what you want. A lot of people got mad at Kodak, right? Because he did that song with not 21 Savage. He did that song with 6ix9ine, but hey, he got paid an M up front. I don't even think he taxed that shit neither. Shit, shout out to Yak.
executive money don't move a nigga too. Cause that's some real nigga shit too. Like, man, I don't give a fuck about making no money out that nigga no more. Like, ooh, I respect that too. Well, I'm saying niggas gotta think it's two people down there, cause we down there with two people. You gotta think morally, and then you gotta put morals to the side when it comes to business.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
What you do?
So you got to put your morals to the side when it comes to business, he's saying, all right? He's saying, look, you could still be getting 50% of his career. Why not just do it? Now, at this point, Thug asks 21 Savage what he would do, and 21 says, look, Gunna didn't point the finger at you.
What you do? See, it's hard. See, guess what? It's easy for you to say.
Personally, I'm gonna keep it. He didn't just go in there and lie like, boy, Jeff did this. Feel what I'm saying?
He says Gunna didn't go in there and lie and say that Jeff did this. He just said he didn't do it and he took his plea. 21's basically saying he can't say it with his chest because he's got to keep up appearances with King Slime. All right, but he's basically saying, I don't know if I really see it as snitching. Like, I don't know if I see it that way. And then
Well, they kind of went haywire in that case too, y'all, because basically they were just getting people. This is why Yak Gotti kind of really went through it the way he did. They're getting people to talk about their dealings in it. So they wasn't trying to say, oh, was this a gang collectively all together? I mean, yeah, that ended up happening. But how they were going at everybody was like, okay, well, they did a different approach. They were trying to see, okay, who is who in the gang? They knew it was a gang. They just had to prove that Thug was a leader and that there was some, calls being, coming down from the top to the bottom, basically down from Thug. That's what these RICO cases are. Are you a drug lord? Are you a mastermind? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you calling the shots? So they're trying to see who's the lieutenant, who's moving this, who's doing that. But people are taking, because that happens also. Sometimes, your gang ain't, on no bullshit, but there's people in your gang that's on some bullshit. And them being on some bullshit and people knowing that they're in your gang, they're going to say your gang is on some bullshit, And if you're from the West Coast, you know this all too well because they wrote them gang enhancement laws like that. Oh, okay. It don't matter. He from a gang. He got these tattoos. He whoop-de-whoop. He sue whoop-de-whoop and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, anything that he doing, we just gonna charge it as, yo, he's doing something in furtherance of the gang. When in reality, he only thinking about himself. Andre says, 21 ain't wrong, but this goofy dude reacting don't understand. You talking about Trap Lord? Shout out to Trap Lord Ross. Let's go.
Basically, after this, right, Thug really just struggles to answer how this plea actually hurt.
Please hit the like button. Damn, I'm getting sick, y'all. Let's go.
It's him, and he kind of clutches at straws. He can't really answer how this truly hurts him.
He lied about fuck, but this what he did. He made, which they still gotta prove the shit though, which I don't think they're gonna ever be able to prove because it's just not a game. He gave the jurors the agreement that it's a gang. He said YSL is a gang, and he know people on this trial who committed crimes in furtherance of the gang. That means you did it.
See?
You see what I'm saying? You don't know nobody on this case. Yeah. That's a lie. That's a full blown lie.
So I think like Yak Gotti and a couple of other people, they had their own thing going on that really wasn't really tied back to Thug, even though a lot of it is tied back to Thug. You can't let everybody in the gang. They start doing crazy shit, and then people looking at your gang as a collective, not. Living in some trying times, y'all.
So he's saying, and this is where it gets great, right? He's saying it's a full-blown lie. He's saying that he knows that other people in the case committed crimes in furtherance of YSL. That's a lie, because he didn't know anyone else in YSL. He didn't know nothing about what was going on in YSL, and it's not even a gang, so that's a lie, right? Again, so he's saying that it's wrong to lie in a plea, but then in the same breath, when he's denying his interrogation video, he is basically saying, yo, no, I was lying to the police. I lied to try and support my brother when I was in the 2-hour interrogation video. It's cool when I lie to save myself from consequences and to get the police off of looking into me for the Pee Wee Roscoe shooting and maybe lead them more towards looking at Birdman. And Roscoe's already fried, so I'm already going to cook him, say that he's a scrub and he sells drugs and he breaks the law every day. It's cool for me to do it, but when Gunna does it, it's not cool. It's not cool when Gunna does it, man. It just points out the hypocrisy. If it's cool to lie and get yourself where you need to be, then that's cool. Neither of you are snitches. That interrogation video doesn't mean anything. But again, he's putting that on Gunna and it applies to him. Okay. And so after this, Thug kind of trips himself up and he basically says nobody committed crimes and that Gunna made it a case by admitting that people did crimes. Thug did the same thing to Pee Wee Roscoe. Listen to this.
You really you got a nigga lights up, nigga.
Yeah.
And you are 100% lie. You don't know nobody on the case. I ain't ever committed no crime. Duke ain't committed no crime. Yak ain't committed no crime. They're the only 3 people you know on this case. Ain't now one of them committed no crime. So who the fuck is you talking about? You know YSL members on this case that committed crimes in furtherance of the game. Nigga, you just made it a motherfucking RICO case. You just made it the case.
Just like how you told the detectives that Pee Wee Roscoe sold drugs to Lil Wayne and that he's a scrub and he breaks the law every day. He got charged with drug charges after that. He got charged with drug charges from when he was behind the wall. But you mean to say that that means nothing, but Gunna taking his plea means everything. So as time goes on, okay, Thug says something really interesting that's also contradictory to other things he said. He said that Gunna, being a big dog, a big name in the case, pleading guilty, put life sentences on the other people that were still fighting their case.
Fucking game.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So for you to say that, it's just like, boom, now you got a nigga who they say a big dog of this shit saying it, agreeing to it, pleading guilty to it.
He didn't plead guilty, he took an Alfred plea.
Now nigga gotta fight you in court, bro. And you lying, that's 100% lie. You don't even know you don't know nobody on that motherfucking case but me, and Duke, nigga. The only 3 people you know on the case. So who the fuck is you talking about? No folks made you lie. No folks said, nigga, YSL must end. Let me say, yeah, man, nigga.
Yeah, fuck that nigga, bro.
See at 21? Yeah, fuck him, bro. Okay. If Gunna being a big dog taking a charge and it puts life on everybody else, you the biggest dog. He took an alpha plea. You took a guilty plea to participating in criminal street gang activity before Yak Gotti had a chance to fight his case. So everything you're saying about Gunna now is tenfold for you for even taking a plea before Yak Gotti and Shannon Stillwell had resolved their charges. Facts. Straight facts. Okay, and so 21, he turns into a yes man. He says, F Gunna, all right, F him. Screw him, all right, yeah, let's ruin his life. Let's ruin his career. That's what we're going to do, okay? And so the next thing that happens is Thug says Gunna should have just done... Gunna basically, right? Thug tries to explain the reason that he's going so hard on Gunna. And he says it's because his lawyers told him, Brian Steele told him that when he took that plea, that effed him over and that the case was going to be way harder now.
See, what made me... it's what made me hard to be like... business and shit, cause you ain't in my shoes, so you don't be hearing like the conversations I had with my lawyer. Well, my lawyer just like, man, nigga, fuck this over, bro. You know, just like real shit, just real conversations, bro. Real shit where it's like, man, we gotta really fight. What? This shit a real fight just cause a nigga took a plea. Like this shit became a fight. This shit was not a fight. Nigga walking out of this shit without being touched. Only thing nigga finna do is a little time in the county. Punk ass year or 2. That shit ain't that. Fuck that, nigga.
So he's saying, look. All right, he's saying that Gunna should have just done a little punk-ass year or 2 in the county, all right, and just not taken a plea and got out early, all right? He was weak. He was screwed over. What about Yak Gotti? Young Thug did the same thing. And we're going to see in a bit, yeah? Young Thug says a whole bunch of stuff later on about how Gunna just told because he was trying to get home to a bitch. Yeah. Well, why did you take the case early? Brian still said that you were going to beat this if you took the trial. Why did you want to come home early? Why did you take the plea and shit on Yak Gotti and the other people that were still fighting their charges? It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, right? So Thug goes on to say that Gunna wasn't doing nothing illegal in that car, okay? And he admits at this point that the other person in that car was the fall guy. He was there to take the charge for Thug and Gunna, and really Gunna did nothing wrong by saying that he was not the person who had the drugs, because that doesn't infer that Thug did it. There was another person in the car, and according to Thug, this guy was officially the fall guy.
Nigga ain't get caught in the car doing nothing. Straight sending nigga straight down the road. First day in court. Yeah. First appearance.
Nah, he had 5. He got caught with 5.
Nah, it was other person in the car. That was they gun. She say on the police report, they got the other person in the other person in the car gun.
So the other person in the car, apparently it says it on the police report, he took the fall for everything.
They talking about he don't supposed to be down because he never knew he don't supposed to be around no gun. It's like, nigga don't know, he ain't know the gun was in the car. Man, the judge ain't trying to hear none of that. 10 years off top, revoke.
Yeah, it's a bad look, okay? So Thug goes on to say something that's a pretty great statement, okay? He says, all right, he will die. He will really die before he lies on anybody.
I'd rather die before I lie on somebody. I don't give a fuck what's going on. And I don't do you can't take what gun ain't putting you in no situation you can't take. Man, sit your head down somewhere, bro. Sit down.
He said he'll die before he lies on somebody, man. Anyway, so from here, okay, Thug basically says that they had 9 megabytes of discovery. I think maybe he meant gigabytes. He's saying that they had a whole bunch of, or maybe it was 9 megabytes. He was saying basically that there was one piece of paper on Gunna and that he would have walked completely scot-free if he'd have held tight and gone to trial, right? And he says that he didn't even know why Gunna was locked up in the first place.
Now, bro, we got 9 megabytes of goddamn of discovery. Man, Gunna ain't in one piece of paper. That man was walking.
Yeah, I know.
Scot-free. Man, ain't in one piece of paper, bro. Brian, like, man, I don't know what the fuck Gunna locked up for.
So he said Brian still doesn't even know why Gunna was locked up. He said that there was nothing on him. All right, they couldn't possibly see the state actually doing anything. And he said that Brian Steele said no jury in America will send Gunna to prison. There is no way that he's going down for those charges.
They got Gunna up out of there quick. Brian still probably didn't even know he was arrested. Shit.
Hey, if anybody beat the charge, Sergio Kitchen beat the charge first. Ain't no jury in the world sending him to prison. Nigga, Brian telling me this day one. Ain't no jury sending him to prison. No jury.
So he's saying no jury in America would send him to prison, all right? 21 Savage eventually asks another little slimy little question. He says, do you think Gunna feels like it was all worth it? And Thug says, hell no.
Do he feel like it was worth it now? Like,
hell no, he don't.
Like,
hell no.
You done lost who you is behind this shit.
Right, it ain't even about me. It ain't about me. Nobody else in the world. It's strictly about you. Like, you really lost your manhood about Nando.
He's saying Gunna lost his manhood about nothing. What about you, Thug? Was it all worth it? Putting all this smut on Gunna, and now it turns out that you got 2-hour interrogation tape doing a lot of the similar things that you've accused other people of. Was it worth it? I don't think it was worth it. You trashed your whole reputation. You could have come out and stayed quiet and just been more positive, been on positive vibes. You wanted to destroy this man out of jealousy, and it's come back and it's bitten you in the arse. And now you basically are suffering the same fate. Okay, that doesn't seem like it was worth it to me. So next up, Thug says that Gunna claimed that he was tricked, and he doesn't believe it. And 21 Savage says if Gunna feels like he was tricked taking that plea, he should walk back to the police station and take the plea back.
Nigga be like, man, I got tricked. I know how to trick you. Nigga, what? Man, watch out.
Yeah.
Man,
he told me that. I told him go get it back. Withdraw it.
Yeah,
On my mama, I told him that. He like, shit, I could do that. I'm like, shit, hell yeah, you can do that.
He said, this sounds like a joke, right? 21 Savage said that he spoke to Gunna and said, hey, if you feel like you was tricked, take the plea back. And he says that Gunna said to him, what, I can do that? I can take the plea back and go back to jail? 21 said, yeah. Now, I don't know if that's true, but surely that's not something that you can do. And 21 says that Gunna said to him, he must have been being sarcastic. He said Gunna said to him, okay, I'm going to go turn myself back in.
Hey, come on, nigga.
Yeah, I'm going to go down there with the lawyer tomorrow, turn myself back in.
Man, did a nigga go? You know what that means?
Didn't do it.
Man, you know what that means? A nigga wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody take no plea. They didn't want to take a plea. Everyone wanted to take a plea, Jack. Everyone know hope. Nigga want to get out, go to them hoes. Nigga, you gonna get, man. I know you regret it. You hate yourself more than I hate you, man. You get out of jail, you fuck, smoking some weed, you kicking your shit at your house. A week later, that shit wow. Nigga like, damn, man, tripping.
So Thug's basically saying he knows that Gunna regrets it, all right? He knows that Gunna's feeling bad and that he regrets it and that he just wanted to get out, get with them hoes, right? Get with them females and get back on the streets. Thug ended up doing the same thing, all right? And Thug says that he hates Gunna, all right? He said Gunna hates himself more than I hate him. Now, that's not true. Gunna in great shape right now. Gunna's loving himself. A lot of self-love going on with Gunna. But Thug goes on to say that this is so pathetic, this one, right? And this really shows just the childish jealousy, really. He says he wishes that Gunna doesn't get any girls ever again,
what I'm
any
talking
money
about.
ever again. He wishing that he get all the toys at Christmas are going to Thug, and Gunna gets no toys. He gets a lump of coal.
That how I supposed to be though. Like, ain't no girl but we fucking you and then like I really be like that. Like, I wish you don't never get no pussy no more. You don't never get another dollar in the world. Like, you don't deserve nothing. You don't deserve nothing. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Man, you don't deserve nothing. Like, you the worst.
Yeah.
Pathetic, really. Salty, pathetic. And this is why he tried to trash Gunna. Gunna was out here getting these hoes, man. Gunna was out here getting in the gym, getting in shape, and getting these hoes. He was getting hoes that he didn't even know that he was capable of getting, man, back when he was in bad shape, drinking that lean every day, okay? He getting all the girls, he getting all the money, dropping all the albums, all right? And Thug goes on to say the only reason Gunna told is so that he could get out and get back to a girl.
Nigga did that shit to get out for a hoe, bro. Listen to a nigga jail call and shit. Nigga just straight just, damn, man. I love you, baby. What you doing? Man, yeah, I'm gonna be back with you in a minute. Yeah.
So Thug said the only reason Gunna told is to get out and get back to girls, even though Thug Loki came out and did the same thing. All right? And Thug later says that he is a man. All right? He is a real man.
Shout
and he
out
could never
to
go
Cut
out
to
like
the
Gunna.
Chase TV in the building. Cut said Young Thug was a bigger snitch than Gunna was. That's what I was saying. Offering up information, they didn't ask for it. And I mean, if you think about it, this is what Thug was doing. He was saying, "Oh, Pee Wee Roscoe was guilty, but not as guilty as you think they are." So basically, he tried to spin the police. He basically trying to make it seem like, "Oh, well, my bro guilty." Because y'all gonna know it's cap if I say he not guilty at all. He didn't do nothing. So they gotta, he gotta be like, okay, well, he did this or he did, he got to spin it a little bit. But he was snitching, He was telling on himself. And everybody else damn near. It gets deeper, y'all. Let's go.
He can never A. He can't.
And not even. I don't know why he pillow talking on this damn jail phone. But he was being slimy to a lot of the people that was on the outside saying free him. The jail phones literally say this call is being recorded. He probably knew he could trust 21 Savage with the information, but why would he trust a damn jail phone with the goddamn information? If you're going to be talking slimy about people like that, and Lil Baby got to choose, P over Thug. Yeah, Thug got you in the game, but guess what? P signing your checks. P putting the green light on your albums. Gunna just dropped. He did. Lil Baby wasn't on the album, but Offset was. Crazy as cat shit. Shout outs to everybody here. Shout outs to everybody here over on Rumble. Shout outs to everybody here on YouTube. Please hit the like button. Please support the show. As always, thank you guys for rocking with Player Talk Radio. We in the building is Player Talk. Let's get it.
Kind of going out like Gunner recently, I'm not going to lie. That's what the street's been saying.
You ain't it. But get what? I'm a man, though. I ain't doing no sucker shit. Whatever, him. I'm good there with him. One thing about it, I'm not going out like no sucker, because I'm a grown man. I ain't doing that. Ain't no money, ain't no net. Who? Man, niggas sitting there motherfucker law everything. I don't give a damn. I wish I would do that. Who?
So he did actually go out the same way, ironically, okay? And 21 basically goes back to his little extortion angle. He basically tells Thug, yo, man, you should still shake down Gunner for a bunch of his royalties, man. You should shake him down, put him in a worse contract. You know what I'm saying? You should offer him your grace and, you know, the same grace that you're giving Umfunk, all right? You should offer that to Gunner and extract resources from him. 21 Savage, a real demon in these streets, man.
I still say you tell that nigga, I still like message that. Like,
Yeah,
hey, I'm gonna do this. Y'all change this up on their contract, man. Still do what you do.
So 21 says, man, you should change up his contract and basically offer your support in exchange for money and for more royalties, more points on his projects. And then Thug says, yeah, let's do it, man. He says to somebody else, I guess, who's listening on the call, he said, hey, redo Gunner's contract. I want 4 more albums out of him, man. He ain't get those albums.
Hey, tell them I want to redo bruh's contract. So I want to put them up. I want to make them up for 4 more albums.
So he said that, all right. And 21, like the little cheerleader that he is, right? He says, hell yeah, man. We're going to make that guy pay for his mistakes, man. We're going to make him pay.
Yeah. Had to pay for your mistakes, bro.
So 21 later goes on to say that the city ain't been the same since Thug got locked up, man. Ironically, now that Thug is destroying the whole city with his allegations and basically throwing everybody else under the bus. But 21 glazing, he said, man, the city ain't been the same since you've been out here, man.
You feel like the city don't even feel the same, bro. It just feel like empty, like all them niggas died and shit. Key, trouble, take off, bro. Shit just don't feel the same, bro.
Man, I lost goddamn so many fucking people in jail, bro. Nigga drunk.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so they're basically saying it ain't the same. We need to get King Slime back out here on the streets, you know, extorting people for their contracts. And Thug basically goes on to say that he knows, all right, Gunner knows that Thug isn't rocking with him at this point. And he says if they tell him he's changing the contracts, Gunner probably won't ever answer the phone ever again.
Hey, my nigga, I feel like he know I ain't really fucking with him. So he the type of nigga, he one of them niggas who probably, he gonna answer the phone, y'all gonna hit him with that one, and then he gonna never answer the phone no more. He won't know.
So he says that Gunner never going to answer the phone again if he knows that, you know, they're trying to play with his contract and play with him. And Young Thug even says that Gunner actually told Brian Steele that he would write a statement, all right, saying that he was tricked into the plea and that nothing should be used against Thug in his trial. But then he stopped answering the phone to Brian Steele too, man. Probably because all of you salty ass at...
That was another thing too, and I said that too several years ago. That his lawyer kind of tricked him into taking that Alfred plea. You should have rapped about that. You should have put some lyrics down about that. Oh, I was like tricked into that shit. See, you should have put the lyrics out then, because guess what? Now it would have made sense. Nobody tricked Thug to sit up there and start talking to the police officers and saying, "Hey, don't tell nobody that I'm telling." Let's go.
The RATlantians were basically just shitting on Gunner all over, left, right, and center. So why should he help you? Why should he come write a statement? You trying to get another man to write a statement? A minute ago, you saying that's not allowed.
No type nigga. Cause he done did little shit like try to go talk to Brian. He told Brian, man, I'm gonna come in here and write a statement. I don't know what him. I was tripping. Somebody tricked me. Woo, 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 woo. Then every time it be time to do it, he'll never answer the phone no more.
Thug getting played. Thug really getting played. That's funny. Gunner must have been calling up like, yeah, I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna write a statement for you guys, man. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm literally, bro, I'm gonna write such a good statement.
I mean, he's not trying to get slimed out. You know, he's not trying to get backdoored.
Peace. Click. Change my number. Whoops a daisy, changed my number. Okay, so look, we're nearly at the end of it, man. We're pretty much at the point of being wrapped up. But the last couple of things I wanted to show you, okay, 21 Savage said that Thug should make Gunna suffer, okay? This absolutely slimy, diabolical sleazeball. He said, Thug, you should make Gunna suffer because he showed his true colors and nobody should give him features in the city. And 21 Savage says, I don't even want to speak on Gunna because he make the city look bad. I need to have that same energy for Young Thug right now, man. We need that same energy.
That nigga, he finna suffer, though.
Oh, definitely.
He for sure finna suffer, because when everybody get the goddamn just showing it, I ain't fucking
That's crazy. Gunna ain't suffering. He doing drives. He walking all around Atlanta. This nigga jogging through Atlanta. I mean, in the beginning, he wasn't. Let's go.
And no features, that shit. I just don't want to speak on
Gunna doing good.
the nigga, like, cause that shit just make the city look bad. Like, I don't know, bro.
He said he don't even want to speak on it. It makes the city look bad. The city looking really bad. RATlanta's looking really bad right now. And we end the call. The call gets wrapped up with a couple last thing. All right, Thug says Rat should get no play, period. And I'm going to hold him to this one.
It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like the old days. It's supposed to be like that. A rat so don't supposed to get no play, period. Like, I ain't man. Jump out a bridge, Jack.
Jump off a bridge, Jack. You said it, man. You said it, okay? Streets know what's going on, all right? And at 21 Savage, the last word of the call, he basically says, yeah, man, they was playing Gunna in the club and everyone stopped dancing, man. They ain't fucking with him in the city like that.
They was in the club and got down. They played my song with him and Wham. And as soon as his part came on, the whole club just stopped singing, stopped dancing, stopped moving.
Yeah, that.
They probably did that because you was there. But when you go to the bathroom and you ain't there, they dancing again. And I ain't gonna lie. That fuck you mean shit. Yeah, y'all can play like Gunna ain't got no hits after jail. Shit, it's even Gunna got just as much hits after jail that he got before jail. His after jail songs are more memorable than the pre-jail songs. Other than Pushin' P. Alright, y'all hit the like button, support the show. Support the show at $PTV 888. That's $PTV. That's $PTV 888. Hit the Cash App, hit the coffee store. Giving y'all some real good content on today's show. Taking it slow. Put in context. But let's go.
They was just looking around like,
Yeah. That's supposed to be though. It don't supposed to be no other way, man.
That's how it's supposed to be, man. It ain't supposed to be no other way. So Snaky 21 Savage, man, after that call, he done gave Thug 2 verses for his business project that he was trying to drop on Gunna's head. Didn't work. And then when he dropped his own American Dream album, he had a whole song that people alleged was aimed towards Gunna, man. A whole anti-snitching anthem. He loves the anti-snitching stuff, just like Thug. So once you cross that line, ain't no trying to fix it. You want me to forgive you, but let's be realistic. I can't kick it with your kind like I tore my meniscus. How you go from co-defendant to a effing witness? They'll stand on couches with you, but won't stand on business. I watched everyone turn on my brother like he ain't have him out here flying on private jets and effing bitches. This ridiculous. I feel your pain, my brother. I know you from the street.
I ain't gonna lie, the way Trap Lord Ross said his lyrics, he made 21 Savage sound good. Because 21 Savage, he's not the best rapper. He's getting better. But in a weird way, Trap Lord just made 21 Savage lyrics sound better. Let's go.
Struggle. I know how hard you hustle just to take care of your mother. I know you took clothes off your back for
Drake probably wrote that.
Dude you call brother. I know how hard it get in this jungle trying to prevail without being tried. Not no sucker. Life is a mother effer. I know ain't nobody I know ain't nobody perfect, but what's the point making it out? Is all they do is try and cuff you, man. Hey, listen, man. I think 21 Savage is very scary, man. He's not to be trusted. And no phone calls with 21 Savage. I don't know who recorded the call, whether it was the state, whether it was 21, whether it was somebody else, man. But look, 21 Savage, man, you're in a whole mess. All right, and we're gonna need you to keep that same energy. You hit Thug with the unfollow, refollow. RATlanta's in shambles right now, man. That's what it is. And I'm not trying to put no allegations on 21's head. You know, a lot of people have said this and that. I've never seen any proof of that. But at the end of the day, he and these behind the scenes, back alley, secret phone calls, trying to destroy other men.
Rappers got back chats, y'all.
Talking about whether or not other men should have access to female reproductive organs. How crazy is that, man? This guy, slippery character, man. Definitely no phone calls with 21 Savage. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna get you in the next video. There's been so much going on today. I wanted to make a video about every single situation, but I don't think there's enough time in the day. But I'm gonna try and just jump in, make another video. We got 6ix9ine making his points. Top 5 made his points. I'm spitting all over the mic, man. It's crazy. Catch you in the next video. Peace.
So
The war.
So you got Rollo. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, King? Oh, that's messed up. Don't call that man a bootleg bankroll. Knowing damn well what No Plug did the bankroll. But no, I mean, you got Rollo. I ain't gonna lie, the person that you know that really got something to say is Rollo. And even though Rollo he not really rocking with Thug like that, Rollo was still extending his hand to Thug and giving Thug game like, hey bro, it's beyond that point right now that you ain't gonna live down the snitching allegations. I ain't gonna lie, this might be the nail in the coffin for Thug, you know. And it's like, yo, you should have made up with Gunna, because honestly, he a lifeline, right? Well, he not a lifeline no more. He off YSL. So this is probably the last check. And you know, Gunna's smart not to answer his phone. I mean, you know, he smelled that back door. It don't even gotta be, you know, Thug to not like him. You know what I'm saying? It got to be the dudes that surround him. And you know, the dudes that surround him, they gonna crash out for Thug. Can't be around somebody that gives too much power like that. And you know, let's say the person that can say, "Nah, y'all leave him alone." It just gotta take one time for him to be like, "No, actually, you know, I don't mess with him. I don't rock with him," or whoopie whoop, or whatever. People gonna, you know, they're gonna crash out behind him. You know. So like I mentioned to you guys earlier in the show, Thug's word went far in Atlanta with certain people, you know, in certain circles and stuff like that. It meant a lot to a lot of people. I mean, even during the height of the Kendrick and Drake joint, you know, Thug was like, yo, you know, y'all stop playing around, whoop de whoop. You know, because Thug wasn't mad at Drake. And Drake ain't trying to collab with nobody in Atlanta no more. He's like, them niggas can't be trusted. Like, nah, nigga, I don't trust you. So, you know, Rollo telling him, like, listen, bro, hey, it's over, bro. That shit ain't about to go nowhere. So the Drake beef, you know, y'all hit the like button, support the show, hit the Cash App. The Drake beef was what really split Atlanta up. This was just the end. This right here was just the oof. But then again, people gonna play favorites. They're gonna, you know, it's gonna be selective politicking. But I don't think we're gonna get the same Young Thug ever again. Like the same, you know, wacky, kill a cat, smoke a pack, kill a rat. Oh, you're not about to get that Thug no more. Some lyric, bad enough. He can't say certain lyrics that he wants to. You know, that money on money thing was kind of. He got a whole new logo, but it's kind of. His creativity really finna be limited now. I think this is the part where people defect over to YFN Lucci until his tape comes out. Then Boosie about to go to jail. Wham Spin the Bin just got taken out. Govan just got free. What the hell going on, man?
RATlanta is raging on right now as I record this video. DJ Academics is on live with Whack 100, Rallo, and 6ix9ine. Okay, the snitch in chief is setting the record straight, and he's letting everybody know you need to keep that same energy with Thug, man. That same energy you have with Thug, you need to keep with me. Now, look,
This is people instigating, y'all.
I've got the live open in another window, watching it live, taking notes, okay? And I'm going to drop several videos breaking down some of the wild stuff that came out of that live very soon. And I'm gonna drop a few more broken up short videos rather than one long video. Some people wasn't rocking with the last video I dropped that was an hour and 50 minutes, but I felt like there was so much to break down. But I'm gonna make things a little bit more digestible for you going forward. But right now, I wanted to just drop a little video in defense of my guy Gunna, okay? For all of the snakes that stabbed Gunna in his back. Now we seen Young Thug on that interview room. A lot of people owe Gunna an apology, man. And today in this video, I'm basically going to give you a full list, okay? I'm going to let everybody know this is a full list, okay? So this is a roll call. Everybody that needs to apologize to Gunna, you're going to get aired out in this video, okay? I'll call your name. You know, you can send a tweet, you can drop him a DM, you can make a song, however you want to issue that apology. But I'm putting everybody in this video on notice, okay? The double standard, we're going to need to see you comment on Thug's situation, and we're going to need an apology for Gunna, okay? But just before all of that, all right, we saw a very desperate tweet and delete from Young Thug himself, okay? In a now deleted post, he said, "Wham, what's understood ain't gotta ever be explained. I'm with you forever." And this tweet was deleted. I just heard Whack 100 on Live with Academics say that Thug tweeted this. Hey, this is what Whack's thinking. Whack's thinking, hey, Baby saw that tweet and called Thug, said, "Take that shit down, bro. I ain't rocking with you. I ain't rocking with this ratting, man." It's actually crazy. So look, whilst all of this madness is going on, Gunna is cooling unbothered. He out on another 5K fun run, okay?
I mean, Gunna don't gotta say nothing at this point. It's like, lost the battle, win the war. If you think Gunna won the war, put a 1 in the chat. Let's go.
He got the one club, he got the Wanna Run club running, okay? While people are running from snitch allegations, Wanna's running up a 5K. Okay, he's killing it. He is absolutely on a whole other level to Young Thug as far as the music, as far as the fitness, seemingly as far as being solid. I ain't seen no 2-hour interrogation tape of Gunna going around. So Gunna is kicked back laughing about this whole situation. He's doing a run club. You know what I'm saying? He's collaborating with big companies. He's got a whole movement that's coming on. Okay, and you better watch out. You don't want Gunna's goons to come and run you down. These guys be running 5K like it's nothing. I'd love to see Young Thug run 1K. Need to put down the...
This nigga up here running around Atlanta. You know, Young Thug can't go to Atlanta. He's banned. Cold-blooded.
Put down the chips, get in the gym, and show people what it really looks like to beat some allegations. So Gunna's calling. He's been posting to his story a whole bunch of stuff about his run club that he's got going on. Okay, he is just chilling. He's chilling high society at the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas, unbothered. He at the wellness bar. You know what I'm saying? He rocking clubs. They rocking with Gunna. Hey, looks like these folks are rocking with Gunna in the club. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. This was perfect timing from him.
And also, it's been reported that Gunna's One of One has now surpassed 1.5 billion with a B. That's a billion. You know what I'm saying? Billion streams, all right? Young Thug is getting whooped in Spotify monthly listeners by Gunna still. All right? Let's just set the record straight. Before I let everybody know who they got to apologize, who's got to apologize. 27 million monthly listeners for Young Thug. Those numbers aren't to be sniffed at. But since you wanted to get salty and call out all the rats, pour dirt on other people's names, you getting cooked. 34 million monthly listeners for Gunna, okay? 34 million. And all type of crazy audio has been coming out here, okay? This one was pretty egregious, okay? Young Thug was caught in another audio that's leaked laughing about Gunna dissing Lil Baby on the song Bread and Butter. These guys are making behind the scenes phone calls, trying to shut down and blackball people from the industry for perceived ratting. Meanwhile,
what's going on, UFO?
Well, they got 2-hour interrogation tapes out here. Listen to this.
I don't know, bro. Like,
Yeah, that was Gunna.
like,
He pushed up on me knowing you were busy with a rap. It little jazz
that
is
you
fun,
can't
man.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh God, but he ain't lying though. He ain't lying. He did.
He said he ain't lying. I think they're talking about QCP. I think he's talking about when he dissed Lil Baby, and they're saying QCP is apparently a snitch as well. And he's saying, how are you switching on me, Lil Baby, when you're in business with a rat? They all laughing at it. I think Young Thug laughing a little too hard, if you ask me. I think Thug laughing a little too. He putting it on a little bit too much sauce on it. Just like when he was on $1 Million Game, they said, hey, don't be telling the back of the police guy. He said, oh boy.
Hey, look, and I'm gonna say this: there's a difference between being in prison mode and out on the streets.
Yeah, what am I gonna say?
I don't know, bro. Like,
Yeah, that was Gunna.
like,
Pushed up on me knowing you were busy with a rap. It little jazz
that
is
you
fun,
can't
man.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh God, but he ain't lying though. He ain't lying. He did.
Hey, so that's not the only phone call that's leaked. Okay, another leaked phone call between Thug and 21 Savage. I don't know who was recording these calls. Was it Thug or was it 21? 21 might have been recording these calls, you know. 21 might be a real snake behind the scenes recording these calls, because I don't know how else they would have got this unless this is some kind of police surveillance. I'm thinking, yo.
Some of the homies want to hear from Thug. But nah, the police be putting stuff like this out. I know Fannie Williams happy as hell. Fannie Wills is happy as hell. Police be putting stuff out like police. Nigga, you think regular people, celebrities, and artists are messy? The police is the police is the definition of messy. Please.
Was 21 recording these calls? Is 21 putting the nail in Thug's coffin right now? We just heard on the live, bruh. We just heard on. I'm gonna break it down in full, okay? But we just heard on the live stream. Top 5 said, "I just spoke to 21 Savage and he not rocking with Thug's ratting." That's what he said. Hey, is what it is, man. That's what's being said right now. That's what's being said out here. But look, okay, there was another conversation that went viral. Apparently, This is a leaked phone call with Young Thug and 21 Savage talking about Lil Baby and Lil Durk basically turning their back on Gunna, and they're basically orchestrating the whole thing. They're basically saying, yo, it's up to we decide when you're allowed to turn your back on Gunna. Don't jump out the window shitting on Gunna for being a snitch too soon. Wait till you get the call. Wait till you get the green light from us, since we're pulling everybody's strings in Atlanta. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, there's a 2-hour interrogation. Let's hear this one, man. This is crazy.
Type shit. I ain't finna say nothing about you on the internet. I ain't finna let the world know I ain't fucking with you until just say so.
He said, Right, there's some real snaky little gossipy kind of behavior going on behind the scenes. He's saying, look, I ain't finna say that I ain't fucking with you until Jeff says. Everything Jeff says goes. If Jeff said...
I mean, that's his quote-unquote brother, and that's your boss. That's another thing, too, when y'all be, when we be covering these stories and stuff like that, sometimes you got to take yourself out the shoes of a fan to see certain things clear.
Jeff says jump, 21 jumps. If Jeff says drop down on your knees, hey, I guess that's what you guys be doing, man. Little did you know.
But
that's what they supposed to did. Like,
but ain't nobody
niggas trying to go at him to get clout.
They send people trying to go at Gunna to get clout. You need to wait. You need to wait for Jeffrey to say when it's time to go at Gunna. Please, Lord Jeffrey, bruh. You guys are embarrassing.
Yes, they have. Dirk
said something to him, but that's it. Like,
Dirk said something to him, but that's it. Dirk said, hey, little Dirk. You guys ain't got that energy for Dirk in person, man. Telling Dirk what he can and can't say is crazy.
Man, them ain't doing all this shit. Like,
Wham unfollowed him.
Yeah, but I mean...
Hey, you unfollowed Thug. 21, you unfollowed Thug. We saw it. I saw you weren't following him, and then you refollowed him back when Remo posted it. We saw it. We caught you in 4K. You guys are some real gossipy little... This is like some high school teenage drama going on behind the scenes, guys. It's pathetic.
See, that's just... That little boy shit. That ain't really saying that to no. Yeah, that's just like, damn, I'm disappointed.
He said, Dirk, that's some little boy stuff, man. You guys wouldn't have that energy for Dirk's face.
Yeah, but that's still...
But guess what? That
what
makes
your
you...
position is, man.
But
he announced what your position is, Lil Durk. He announcing what your position. We gonna all meet together and have our little rap meeting about what you're allowed to say. And Durk jumped the gun, man. He let everybody know what Thug's position is before we do, because Young Thug behind the scenes plotting out how he's gonna take Gunna because he's jealous. Meanwhile, he got a 2-hour interrogation tape.
I ain't saying they wrong. I'm just saying
yeah, they jumped the gun. But
niggas supposed to have a conversation with you for they do anything.
They should have had a conversation with Doug before they said anything. A grown man. I'm a grown man with his own murder for hire case going on. He ain't allowed to talk until we tell him to talk. Grow up, man. It's pathetic.
That's
yeah, but
I look at it.
Wham did though. I talked to Wham. So he get on the phone. Hey, you told Buddy them do that? All right, hell no. He's like, all right, stay there.
So he's saying he got on the phone with Wham. He said, I got on the phone with Lil Baby, and Lil Baby said...
Looked like a lot of people, too, was, like I said, was jealous of Gunna and was just looking for any reason to cut him off anyway. Oddly suspicious how his success came the way it did. And certain people that was up there with him ain't up there with him when he should be at his lowest. Lil Baby had a crazy flow too, but I ain't gonna lie, Gunna got the futuristic flow. Let's go.
Straight away, hey, you tell him to do that. I don't know if he's saying you tell him to take that plea, or if he's saying you tell Dirk to this Gunna. We was all plotting together behind the scenes like a bunch of little snakes. Plotting a
No, he was basically asking, did you advise him to say that YSL was a gang?
Feeding when we're allowed to talk about Gunna telling. And now you want everyone to shut up about the 2-hour interrogation tape where you're talking about Pee-wee sells weed to Wayne.
My bro said, well, Thug off the playlist now. Shake my head is wild, but I'm still not listening to Gunna. Man, you got no choice but to hear Gunna. And Thug.
Where you talk...
We ran out of money, we ran out of money.
Talking about he breaks the law every day. Were you talking about, Wayne said Birdman a one-man army. He said he going out like Tony Montana. You know Tony Montana who got shot up? You know the tour bus shooting? You know what we talking about? Bring me a bologna sandwich. It's crazy.
Say less. Same shit. I'm talking about off top. Soon it happens.
And see, Thug just got home. He can't even enjoy his welcome home like that. Ain't that a bitch? When one of those people cut you off in Atlanta, a bunch of other people that is gonna cut you off. You know, you really about to see who choosing sides. Like I said, Drake exposed all of this shit. Cause that's sad. You should have seen how many people didn't rally behind Metro Boomin. Even when the man lost his mama. Especially the producers. You know, if they do the producers dirty, boy, them rappers don't stand a chance.
Type shit.
So Young Thug got these Atlanta head honchos wrapped around his little finger, man. 21 Savage. He calling, when are we allowed to talk? When am I allowed to talk, boss? When am I allowed to talk about what's going on, boss? You the king slime. It is pathetic, man. So look, all right, we're going to create the entire list of everybody that owes Gunna an apology. So off the rip, Lil Baby, wham, you owe Gunna an apology. All right, you doing all this planning behind the scenes. Meanwhile, your boy talking about who carries drugs for Lil Wayne and who breaks the law every day and telling a whole 2-hour trap law.
Nah, them niggas got to be fake because guess what? You can't not talk to nobody. And that's kind of what Rollo was talking about. You know, they're too unified in Atlanta, y'all. So being like, damn. Thug a rat, can't talk to him. Gunna a rat, can't talk to him. You know, your whole network is cut off. So that's the crazy part of Atlanta, that they were so together and so unified at one point. That now you really gonna feel it when you're not together, because you need your network. At least if you couldn't go right, you can go left. At least if you couldn't go left, you can go right. Nobody in the north and your career is going south. I wonder what Future is saying. All of those people went crazy. Religiously saying, yo, free, free Spider, free Jeff, free him, free him, free him. Dang, only to turn fake when a nigga get out. It's like Pimp C, remember? Free Pimp C till it's backwards. Pimp C free. And as soon as Pimp C got free, then now it's R.I.P. Pimp C. Damn near like jail was keeping niggas alive. I mean, it does. What's going on, Toya? Good to see you, love. Good morning. How are you? It's always a great day. When Toya comes our way. I was thinking about putting together another zodiac sign, because you know what I found out, Toya? Let me see. What is this shit called? Let me see what this is called. My goofy ass found out something that I didn't know. And I said, man, let me go find Toya and see if she know about this. Uh, I think it starts with a D. Yeah, it starts with a D. It's called a deacon. So I didn't know there's 3 different types of Capricorns, and I think there's 3 different types of signs, but you have it. They're called deacons. 3 different types of deacons. I wonder if one sign got more than 3. So each deacon is influenced by different ruling planets, leading slightly. I was going to do a show on the deacons. Now Toya, y'all, is a Leo. What deacon? All signs have 3. Okay, what deacon is? Does it switch up for each? What deacon would your what deacon would you be considered? Because that's interesting. Because now that actually makes sense. With certain people that I know, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang. I got a friend that's an Aquarius, but I think she's like a Deacon 1 Aquarius. You're a Deacon 1. Let's see. So you're original Leo. Hold on, y'all. Get into some. We gotta do a Zodiac show. Let me know when you want to do a Zodiac show. We'll go through the deacons. Let's see. Because there are a difference between the different deacons, okay? So first deacon Leo, July the 23rd to August 1st. 0 to 10 degrees of Leo is a double Leo. Uh-oh. Ruled by the sun, resulting in highly concentrated Leo traits, being a natural leader, confident, sounds about right, and wanting to be the center of attention. I see a little bit of truth to that, but also too, I see a lot of Leos, y'all be ducked off too. Y'all don't, I mean, when it comes to certain things, that's true, but I know a lot of Leos that be ducked off. My sister and manager, she's a Leo. You know? She definitely be ducked off sometimes, but yeah, I guess there's a little bit of truth to that. Yeah, let me know. I would definitely need somebody to be a conduit to some of this stuff, because you know, sometimes you need a second opinion, you know, from a very, very reliable source, and knowledgeable about this stuff, you know. So I said, dang, I'm gonna do a whole show, because I was gonna do another show about the enemy year, and I was gonna do another show about the the numbers and stuff like that, because I see Gary, he did another thing, another show about the numbers, and it was interesting, and I was like, okay, I might integrate that into the show. And lo and behold, out of nowhere, I found out about this deacon thing, and I read my deacon. I'm a deacon too, Capricorn, and I'm like, dang, it makes sense. And hey, look, one of the things it said, I was offended by it. It was like, you want your recognition. I said, shit. I said, shit. Like, damn straight, I want my recognition for some shit I did. Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. Even if you gotta catch me while I'm live, just let me know. Shout outs to Cut to the Chase. Shout outs to Toya in the building. Please, y'all, hit the like button, support the show. 2 hours and 45 minutes into the madness. Been rocking all night. Good morning, everybody. So let's see what it says. Second deacon. My bad. Hold on, y'all. Often most, and this is another thing, but I can be. I don't know if I've explored that side. It says often most materialistic of the deacons. These Capricorns have talents that can be used to gain status and respect. They need to be careful not to gather wealth simply for the sake of impressing others. I think that's true. But I've always said if I got super wealthy, I'm gonna need y'all because I'll fuck around and die left to my own self. So, you know. But let's go.
This video breakdown with the cops about Birdman. So we're gonna need apology from Lil Baby. We're gonna need apology from 21 Savage. We're gonna need an apology from Lil Durk. We're gonna need to put Lil Durk on the list, man. And so there was a Reddit.
Man, that apology gonna take years. Maybe in the next 5 years, 2030, they might do a show together or something and do their verses and stuff. So anyway, when they start reminiscing.
A Reddit thread that was going around of other people that owe an apology to Gunna. Okay, here, this is 8 months ago. All right, here's a small list of people who switched up on Gunna before Young Thug said that he's still friends with him and how they cut ties with him. We won't ever forget. We won't never forget. All right, never forget. All right, this is a tragic day in RATlanta history, and we will not, lest we forget. Okay, so let's break it down. We already got 21. We already got Lil Baby. All right, we already got Lil Durk on the list. Sorry for all this writing, and I know most of y'all will not read this, but I just wrote this anyway. Please tell me if there are any more people that I need to add to the list. Here we go. Travis Scott, we need that apology, my guy. Young Thug is obviously Travis's best friend, and they both started blowing up together. Travis used to perform his song Yosemite, which featured guest vocals from Gunna and Nav from his Astroworld album regularly at his performances, but he completely stopped performing it after Gunna got released from jail and people started calling him a snitch. He hasn't performed it ever since, and out of all the special songs he performed during various shows of his Circus Maximus tour, it seemed like he was going out of his way to avoid performing that one song. Too good to be a coincidence, if you ask me. He didn't pick up some other popular songs like Way Back or Pick Up the Phone or Carousel either, so who knows what he was thinking. Travis was also going to have Gunna featured on a song from his Utopia album, but he took him off at some point before its release. Travis Scott, we need that apology. You are on the list. Nav. Given that Nav is signed to EXO Records, he has to follow all of their rules. They tell him who to be friends with and who not to be friends with. When Gunna got released from jail, Nav said on an Instagram story he was going to see him and was on a flight to Atlanta already, but when the snitching allegations about Gunna went around, Nav's manager named Cash immediately stopped him from going on the flight. Then he deleted the story. Oh, we need that apology, man. What, King Spider make a phone call? You got to do everything. If Thug says drop to your knees and give me 20, you better do it, man. We're gonna need that apology. Nav never mentioned
That's cold-blooded, UFO.
Gunna again after that and hasn't collaborated with him since. Given that Gunna has appeared on all 4 of Nav's studio albums and one of his mixtapes, it seems very weird to me that he wasn't teased as a featured artist in Nav's trailer video for his On My Way to Rexdale album, while Young Thug was. They haven't unfollowed each other on Instagram yet, so one can only hope that they may still be cool behind the scenes. Either way, I think it's safe to say that duo is over with. Keep that same energy, man. Don't come looking for a Gunna feature now. Keep rocking with them Thug features. The price of the Young Thug feature just went down, man. Future. He arguably dissed Gunna on his song called Type Stuff with Metro Boomin, Travis, and Playboi Carti earlier this year when he was referring to rats in the chorus. His song called Told My from his mixtape called Mixtape Pluto was originally supposed to feature Gunna, but Future removed him. The mixtape also doesn't have any featured artists. We Don't know whether he was removed due to Future not liking him or just going with the no features idea. Future also removed Travis from the song South of France, but later released the version with Travis's verse as a remix. So look, we're going to put you on the list twice. Lil Baby, yes, Baby is the most annoying and obvious example of this. While performing his single with Gunna called Drip Too Hard, Baby yelled that he doesn't like rats right before Gunna's verse was about to start and the song got cut off. Keep that same energy for all of them Thug features, my guy. Whatever Wham says goes, man. Wham's spine broken in a million pieces now, man. He better get to trying to scam Blackboy Max before his whole story falls apart. He does not perform any of his other collaborations with Gunna either. In a recent interview, Baby also said he cannot see himself getting back in the studio with Gunna again, and there's no relationship with him. Keep that same energy for Thug. Young Thug's own father said that Gunna did nothing to ruin the YSL Records Rico case and that Baby needs to mind his own business. But Baby's music career has also been declining over the years. We all know that it's because he needed Gunna to help him write his raps. Oh, you're on the list twice. And just while we're there for the record, people, Gunna pushing 34 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Lil Baby only pushing 30, man. Lil Baby got the ups on... Hey, Lil Baby, Gunna got the ups on you right now, man. You know what I'm saying? You picked the wrong side, man. You picked the wrong side. We're going to need to hear that same energy, all that hypocritical talk from you, man. Once again, we're going to put him on the list twice too. Lil Durk. Like Baby, Durk is one of the most obvious examples of this. He called Gunna a rat in his interview with DJ Academics in the summer last year and also dissed him in snippets of unreleased songs. Yeah. Free Durk, though, but we're going to need to keep that same energy. We're going to need a Brick Baby. Next time you call, I'm going to...
And now they're saying OTF Vonnie is snitching on Durk. Durk case about to start too this next September. Almost this month.
I'm going to need Durk on the line. I'm going to need Durk's opinion on this one, bro. Stop with the picking and choosing. I thought you hated rats. Anyone that talked to the police and cooperated, you hate them because of what happened to your father. So we're going to need that same energy, man. Metro Boomin, known as the guy who throws arguably the most subtle disses, Metro also seems to have switched up on Gunna now too. After Gunna got out of jail, Metro started defending him like Nav did for a few weeks, but then randomly stopped and started liking posts about people hating rats on social media. Metro never worked with Gunna following his release from jail and probably won't ever again. Apology now. Wheezy. We know that Wheezy unfollowed Gunna on Instagram following the snitching allegations after his release from jail and never produced a song for him again. I'm gonna need to see that same energy for Young Thug now.
Dang, Wheezy out of here. Uh-oh, Wheezy about to come back in here. Uh-oh.
But you can't. You better drop to your knees and give him 20. Earlier this year, he tried to backtrack by following him again and then unfollowed him quickly after realizing his idea didn't work. Future is the only reason why Wheezy is relevant now. You're on the list. Taurus, I don't even know who this is. Gunna gave Taurus his whole music career by having him as one of his main producers. Taurus burnt that bridge by doing exactly what Wheezy did, and now we don't even hear from Taurus anymore, and we know why. All of this to say Gunna's still the GOAT and cannot be stopped as he continues to put up great numbers, despite him not collaborating with the most mainstream artists anymore. Very, very, very good points to be made there, but there's more people to go on the list. All right. Fat Joe. Get on the list with you, owe Gunna an apology, man. Don't want to hear you listening to any Young Thug songs if this is how you feel, man. Gunna's album is fire, but he's a rat, so I'm conflicted. That's what he said, man.
The hottest guys in the game, rats. Like, I get a phone call from somebody, he says, yo, man, you got to check this album out. Ever since I assumed you a rat, your people ain't fucking with you no more. You know,
keep that same energy, gang. We're gonna need to keep that same energy. You guys have got your spines tangled right now, man. You guys are twisted. Fat Joe needs to start doing yoga, man, because you're gonna have to bend over backwards to realign your opinion to fit in with what.
The irony is that, man, these people already had listened to the whole album before they came on here, and talk crazy about Gunna. These people already listened to the whole album and they love it too. Imagine having to listen to Gunna in silence, in secrecy. All of that fire in secrecy because you want to act like you don't get down with rats. I remember when Tekashi first went down, he still had hits still playing. And speaking of Takashi, one of the guys that went down. I forgot if he went down, but he was a part of them. Mel Matrix. Mel Matrix just got out of jail. Got Jim Jones welcoming Mel Matrix home. He might be the first person to get him on the podcast. That would be interesting to hear Mel Matrix on the podcast. You get a continuation of the phone call. They got Jim Jones on the whole phone call talking about, 6ix9ine got to get violated. Played it in court, nothing came of it. I'm not saying nothing, I'm just saying it's interesting.
What's going on now? It's embarrassing.
I'm not listening. I'm off you, no matter what you do. And I get on the plane and they fuck me. I listened to this album. This album was so good.
See, I told you.
I was so guilty of this shit. I listened to this album. I say, shit.
Didn't know you talking about Gunna.
I'm not saying, throw the flag. Throw the flag. Now you got a flag.
About.
You got a flag. You have a flag.
Oh, you're not trying to claim it. You still not trying to claim it. You still trying to pretend like it ain't that when it's that. Okay. Hey, it is what it is, man. And look, even, bro, I'd hate to have to do this, man. I low-key don't even want to show this because this is mad disrespectful, okay? But look, all right? I'm not even going to, out of respect, okay? I'm not even going to show this clip. But Young Thug's own small children did a diss song on Gunna that was circulating, all right? And when this happened, This was probably looking hilarious. Oh, Young Thug's kids dissing Gunna in a song, all right? Gonna need an apology from them kids, man. We gonna need an apology from them kids, man, for them little kids. And I ain't talking about little kid, man. Rest up, kid. But Young Thug really had his children. He really put his children on Front Street, having them to make a diss song of Gunna, and that was getting posted on my mixtapes, all type of place. I'm not even going to show it out of respect, all right? We're going to need a whole family apology. We're going to need a whole family Christmas card. You're all going to have to get together, put your sweaters on, put your reindeer sweaters on, and apologize, man. Gonna need an apology. Gonna need you all to keep that same energy, man. A whole bunch of people on the list. But look, okay, I'm gonna be back. All right, I'm gonna update you guys later on today. I think Academics, he's probably still live right now. I'm waiting to get all that work. I'm gonna get all of those clips. I'm gonna break everything down for you guys in a few different smaller videos just to keep you updated on every little tidbit of information.
Shout outs to Trap Lord Ross. Let's see what you guys said on the poll. And the poll says, is Thug and 21 Savage a snake? God damn. %13 says Thug a snitch. Gunna was right. Coming in at medium. Third to last. 22% says slime season. Backdoor season. You already know. Shoot. You already know. %4 says no. And an overwhelming majority, 61%, says yes. Straight up. I think what really hurt Thug this time around, though, now he really lost Lil Baby. Where do you go? Top 4 Mount Rushmore, or just enough guys in Atlanta that you mess with that you can make music with that would Be a perfect feature that'll take you to the top, that'll get your record selling. Turn into bitches and snitches. It don't pay to be real, man.
Learned that Young Thug was a rat, but yesterday the world learned that Young Thug was a rat, but ever since then, the Young Thug snitch situation has gotten progressively worse ever since, and there's no sign that there's a stopping in sight. The soundbite from Young Thug interrogation footage not only confirmed from my perspective that Young Thug is a rat, but it also confirmed Young Thug is the worst type of rat. But I'll explain exactly what I mean by that a little later on in this video. However, the Young Thug snippets that convinced the world that Young Thug is a snitch also encouraged his enemies like Gunna, like Rollo, like YSL Woody. It encouraged them to step forth and give their side of why they don't like Young Thug. And when they stepped forth, they gave some pretty convincing reasons why Young Thug is a terrible human being. YSL Woody will call Young Thug a manipulator. Rollo will break down how Young Thug has been blackballing and taking food off a lot of people's tables by making calls behind the scenes and telling other major artists in Atlanta not to work with certain people because he don't like them, but he will give those major artists a—
Hold on real quick. Shout outs to Toya in the building. Toya, are you watching the Cardi B case? She irritating. Cardi B killing me in that courtroom, man. That shit was, I know that stenographer had to be laughing. Them people in court sitting up there laughing and kikiing. Judge has to say order in the court not one time. She's just a darling. That woman about to lose that case. Cardi B ain't losing no damn millions over her. It clearly is a money grab, obviously. You gotta control your temper when you out there.
Reason like, yo, he a snitch. And the reasons he would give for them being a snitch or why they can't be worked with are reasons that aren't as bad as what we've seen Young Thug do over the last 48 hours. Why I say particularly that Young Thug is the worst type of rat, because it's one thing to snitch and it's one thing to conceal that you snitch, but it's one thing to look yourself in the mirror and truly brainwash yourself that your own rules don't apply to you. Young Thug attempted to recreate the rules of the streets to fit his wrongdoings. Like, for example, Young Thug got a brother named Unfunk. Unfunk was also a co-defendant on the YSL case. Unfunk and Gunna took the exact same plea deal. Young Thug will call Gunna a snitch and ask everybody to blackball Gunna, but Young Thug will say that his brother did nothing wrong. This is just another example of how Young Thug is a hypocrite and think the rules of the streets don't apply to him. So Thug tweets out, "My brother would have rolled the whole trip out, but when them guys took the plea, I told my brother to take it too. Ninja had just did 12 years and ain't want to put my mama through that again." Young Thug considered Gunna plea deal snitching because Gunna said YSL is a gang. But Young Thug told his own brother, according to him, to snitch because he didn't want his mama to have both sons in jail during Christmas. So it's okay for your brother to snitch to go home to his mama, but Gunna can't take the same plea deal and go home to his mama. Now, y'all might say, well, it's Young Thug he's telling on, right? No, Young Thug had co-defendants. So Young Thug telling his brother to snitch is Young Thug telling his brother to also snitch on his co-defendants because their mama shouldn't have two of her sons in jail during Christmas. See, what Unfunk plead to, we got his plea deal. His plea deal is more outrageous than Gunna plea deal. Two other YSL associates racked up additional charges for stabbing up YFN Lucci. It was alleged they snuck phones into the prison and they was actually on the phone with Young Thug while in jail, orchestrating a hit on YFN Lucci. Unfunk pled guilty to conspiring with those YSL associates. So on or about April 3rd, 2022, I discussed with a YSL associate securing protection for another YSL associate at the Fulton County Jail. He signed and said yes. On or about April 14, 2022, I, along with another YSL associate, discussed harming an inmate at the Fulton County Jail because I believe the inmate harmed another YSL associate. He claimed yes. During the April 14, 2022 conversation referenced in Section 5, I also discussed using a drone to fly illegal cell phones into the jail. Young Thug just admitted on Twitter that he told his brother to snitch on other YSL associates so he could go home and be with their mama for Christmas because their mama don't deserve to have two sons in jail. Young Thug is the worst type of rat there is, but it gets worse, by the way. This is just the icing. It gets worse. Just like Gunna, he also pled to YSL is a gang. He also pled that YSL identified themselves by wearing green, wearing clothing with the words YSL or slime on it, wearing pendants displaying the letters YSL or the word slat on it. He even gave the colors of YSL, the hand signs of YSL. He identified them as a gang and even gave up what exactly they used to identify themselves as gangs. Young Thug said Gunna is a rat because Gunna testified that YSL is a gang. And when you're fighting a RICO, the objective is to prove that your organization is a criminal organization, aka a gang. So if you testify, yes, we are a gang, then you're snitching on us. Well, Young Thug brother testified. Young Thug brother said YSL is a gang. Young Thug brother gave hand signs and hand gestures they used to identify themselves as a gang. And Young Thug brother took that plea deal against other co-defendants, not just Young Thug. This is a conspiracy with other people involved, which is why one of the co-defendants, Pee Wee, he went on academics and he says that Young Thug brother is a rat. He probably wasn't aware that Young Thug told his brother to snitch, but Young Thug co-defendants is calling Young Thug brother a rat. So if you're Young Thug and you told your brother to snitch, what does that make you, the rat orchestrator? The brother also told on other people like Yak Gotti, who was also a co-defendant on the case, who, by the way, Young Thug called a rat, even though Yak Gotti didn't take a plea deal.
He did that wrong.
When a Gunna nigga and said, you gotta ask him this. How they said...
Hold up. Which one it was? Buka Rat Lope? Money Rat Mark? Which one it was?
Oh,
the only one solid Nietzsche, but he dead wrong because you lay beside a rat, you just like a rat. Yeah, ain't no way you...
Well, they said Nietzsche didn't snitch, so...
Hey, man, y'all might well share the same toothbrush. They all eat cheese.
No.
Yeah.
Hey,
I told you, man, you need to come out with a rat cast. You hear me? They taking over right now. It's real against rats.
Hey.
I got a Rolls Royce outside with stars in the ceiling.
This is what they said. They said, how are they gonna act like Gunna a rat, but Thug brother took the same plea?
You heard what I told you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody exempt. Once you're a rat, you're a rat. The only one I can't say a rat. My co-defendant with a RICO right is 28 people. So you got to look at the predicate act. The predicate with me and Jeff was the so-called two-boy shooting, right? So they brought the charge from Cobb County to Fulton County. We charged. I raised my hand. I did that. You can't even really convict me again. I already done paid the debt to the society because I've been in prison. So I got to keep it real. Now, if I was charged some white NM nigga that can be bought, I'd be on the side of the fence with them.
So wait, hold on. You gotta give me a definite answer. Both of them took the Alfred plea. Thug brother and Gunna. What's the difference?
Hey, my man, it ain't no different. They all rats. What the fuck is y'all understanding?
Does Young Thug think that? Because that's you.
Hey,
Young
man,
Thug ain't gonna say his brother a rat. Like, that's his blood. That's blood. Blood over everything.
Hey, man, you wouldn't even believe it. If it wasn't for his mama, ain't no telling what else probably would have been out here to him. God bless you, man. Let them go on with their life, man. Jeff up there in Scooter, he waiting in the sky. I'm gonna get him to come down out the sky tomorrow, and we're gonna get these folk to add what they want to motherfucker. You wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't even messing with nobody. I'm speaking the facts. Just like you got CNN News tell you to go to vote for the president. Yeah, I got the real nigga news. You understand me? Goat talk. That mom coming with the screaming to kick me, Aiden, you, and Jeff. You understand me? Because we need a platform for what's right. You can't do it by yourself. Because right now, the narrative is false all the way around the board. You feel me?
The person you just heard calling Thug's brother Unfunk a rat is Pee Wee Roscoe. He's the dude who shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus, and he's also the dude who Thug told the detectives during his interrogation sold weed to Lil Wayne.
You said you came to talk about Lil Wayne?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the whole background between Roscoe and Lil Wayne and all that.
You want me to tell you the honest? This is undercut truth. Man to man. This motherfucker is, these niggas they like these niggas damn near like brothers more than Birdman Wayne.
They doing what now, brother?
I said them niggas was damn near more brothers than Bird and Wayne.
Oh, Roscoe and Lil Wayne were more
This
than.
nigga used to brain Wayne his drugs.
You can tell from just listening to Pee Wee Roscoe talk to academics that Young Thug has manipulated Pee Wee Roscoe as well into thinking that somehow like Young Thug didn't give Unfunk the pass, and Unfunk would have been hurt badly if he wasn't Thug brother and Thug just sparing him. That's Thug manipulating Pee Wee Roscoe, because Thug has also manipulated a lot of other people, right? Like things have resurfaced or calls have resurfaced where Young Thug is telling people that he ain't give out passes for anyone to take the plea deal.
But yeah, I don't know though. Like, man,
He couldn't
bro,
be
you
riding
seen
the path.
your brother plea?
Most definitely.
He don't got the power to give out passes for anybody. The feds had the power at that point.
But he said you told him to do that.
Man, watch out.
Man, oh God, that's what he telling the street.
Man, oh God, he kept. On that same God, he kept. Man, he come in for nigga to take a plea and stay alive.
Thug wasn't man enough to let people know that he was telling people to take these plea deals, because Thug understood there ain't no excuse for what they're doing. There's no excuse for snitching. If snitching is bad for one person, it's bad for everyone. Thug understood that, which is why Thug was denying telling people to take plea deals. You see, this whole little argument they're trying to give Thug, which is, gonna snitch first, bro. So Thug told his brother to snitch. No, this is not a snitch for snitch, right? A snitch for snitch ain't allowed in the streets, right? That's what I was told. And even in this situation, a snitch for snitch don't apply here, because Unfunk isn't snitching on Gunna. He's snitching on the people who didn't take the plea deal. The people like Yak Gotti, who took this case to the very end. Even after Young Thug took the plea deal, Yak Gotti saw it through and got found not guilty. And can you imagine being Yak Gotti? You held it down. You was thorough. You did everything the right way. And then you come home and Young Thug is making calls behind the scenes telling people not to mess with you. Young Thug is dropping snippets for songs where he's telling the world that you a rat.
You though. Yeah, not you. Well, we have a lot to talk about, but I think the first thing we really need to cover is
Thug need to be on damn Vlad TV at this point. He did an interview with that mask on. Probably got to go revisit that.
that Young Thug dropped a snippet from a song and he mentioned you in it.
Tight shit.
You heard this. He said, Yak Gotti tricked me for some years. I didn't know he was telling.
I tricked who?
He said, Yak Gotti, this is Young Thug rapping. He said, Yak Gotti tricked me for some years. I didn't know he was telling.
Who I told on?
Then he also said in that same verse, he said, only reason I fuck with you, Gunna, it was because of Truth.
Long live Truth too though, but who I told on? We gotta address it. Like, we're gonna call a spade, we're gonna address it.
So let's address it.
Who paperwork I'm in, or who did a day or some time for Yak Gotti. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That what this shit come down to. What I did that no.
And shout outs to any young man listening to me from the clouds. You in particular, young man, make sure you guys hit the like button and support the show. And you in particular, young man, make sure you hit the like button and support the show. I got some game for you as we go. I hope you are taking a look at this. Whoever you are, young, old, don't matter. And I hope you know that everybody damn near is for their damn self. He didn't have Young Thug's lawyers. So keep that in mind before you do any type of crime. You're going to be in there fighting for your own damn self. Everybody's for their own damn self. Don't nobody know nothing. The law done lied to everybody. It's okay for the law to lie to you, but if you lie to the law, shit. You're supposed to practice more restraint than the law. People that you pay your taxes for and work for and stuff like that, and you supply their checks, they can lie to you anytime, and you shouldn't feel offended. But the moment you lie back, you're gonna be lying in your jail cell. So they'll jumble you and your buddies up. They'll tell one guy one thing and tell another guy another thing. They'll say you said something that you didn't say just to get a confession out the way. Play good cop, bad cop. Can't stop, won't stop. So yeah, they'll play those games with you. And then y'all get out, and every single one of y'all got a completely different story. Let's go.
Nobody else ain't do.
Take it all the way to the end.
All right, then. Fact was a fact.
Well, look, your lawyer actually made a statement about this. You know, Doug. He said Yak did not say a single thing about Jeff in his interviews with the cops. I don't know where this is coming from. Yak had the opportunity to turn on Young Thug during the trial to get out of the case easy. He never took it. He stood tall and took it all the way to the jury.
Tight shit, but at the same time, I ain't got nothing to turn on because nigga ain't did shit. You see what I'm saying? So it just still to the point where, like, yo, they trying to make me do.
He did all that. They all did all that fighting when they could have just took the plea. But I'm not even gonna lie, maybe because usually the first plea don't be sweet. You know, sometimes if they like you and you get a second plea, or there's some injustices and stuff going on in your case, and they offer a second plea, yeah, of course the second plea gonna be better than the first one. Or sometimes if they don't give a damn about you, they just revamp the first one and just put it back on the table. Cold-blooded. Cops can lie to stop crime. Criminals lie to commit crimes. That's true.
Do this or say this just for I can't do this. That ain't even, first of all, that ain't even true. Second of all, it like, I stand on more principle than that. 9 times for everybody else to stand on the principle.
I mean, did that bother you when you heard that?
I ain't tripping. Ain't nothing bother me at that point. Ain't nothing I ain't seen. I done seen everything down under the sun but there.
Well, is he referring to the interrogation video that came out a while ago? Is that what he's referring to?
He probably ain't. You gotta talk to him. But if you are, it like, what? Like, who did the day for me? Who I told on? Who?
But the whole time, the brother who really ratted gets a pass because he's Thug brother. Or because Thug told him to rat. So now Thug is like the czar of the streets, right? Whatever Thug say, go. That's the rules now, man. Yo, Thug is getting a lot of pushback right now, and a lot of people is turning on Thug based on things that Thug did himself. Thug wouldn't have this backlash. People wouldn't be talking about Thug the way they're talking about Thug right now if Young Thug came home and minded his business. If Young Thug came home and dealt strictly with music. If Young Thug wasn't playing the Pablo Escobar czar of the street role. If Young Thug wasn't calling people, demanding they stop messing with other people, interfering with people's business and their money for absolutely no reason whatsoever, right? What Gunna said was not used against Young Thug, right? Nothing Gunna said was used against Young Thug in the court of law. But Thug still came home and tried to stop Gunna shine, but he can't because Gunna more popular than Thug. Another street dude who Thug tried to blackball, Rollo, he would respond to Thug ratting on his Twitter page, and Rollo would say, well, B, I lied to the feds for real, and you still called Lil Baby and told him to cut me off because I wasn't right. Now you're going to have to go through what me and Gunna went through, and we waiting on that gospel album too, twin. Thug responded back, and Thug says, see, the difference between me and you is, one, your friends say you didn't lie. You actually told on real people. You said that somebody actually did something that they was arrested for. I made an honest mistake. So when Thug do it is an honest mistake. I made an honest mistake saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed to try to prove to the detectives that we wasn't beefing with him. See the difference? And let's not forget, you told Fanny you would take the stand on me and Lucci in our case to get out of jail. I'll be real, man. Thug is great, man. Thug is good, bro. Thug is amazing. I don't know what Rollo got going on, but it's an honest mistake when Young Thug do it. It's ratting when anybody else do it. Yo, I'm not even buying this. I was trying to free the homie excuse because what's the excuse for what Young Thug did to Birdman? Birdman was an active suspect. Y'all forgot. Birdman was listed in the official paperwork as who they believe orchestrated the hit on Lil Wayne's tour bus.
Yeah, rich gang.
As who paid Pee Wee Roscoe to shoot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. While Birdman...
Well, I didn't know Pee Wee know Lil Wayne. But then again, like I said, it's always somebody from your circle that's trying to take you out. That's jealous of you. And Roscoe calls Birdman's phone right after it happens. And I found that weird, but in a gangster way. That's probably why they made up. Birdman backdooring Lil Wayne.
Was an active suspect. Young Thug went into that interrogation room and told them folks, man, y'all ain't see that mixtape Lil Wayne just dropped? Where Lil Wayne said Birdman is the army and if Birdman comes after him, he's going out like Tony Montana. Oh, they been had issues. That's you pointing the finger at Birdman, implicating Birdman, letting them know Birdman and Lil Wayne is into it. Lil Wayne feared for his life because he said if Birdman comes after him, he's gonna go out like Tony Montana. You drew their attention to that mixtape when Birdman was an active suspect. Was you trying to free Birdman too?
So come to find out, him and Birdman got problems because he old. Because on the mixtape that he dropped before the album.
Now this, y'all, if I'm not mistaken, was from 2015.
Okay. He said on one of the songs, he was like, I don't want no problems, I just want my money. Birdman is an army. I'm a one-man army. And if that nigga coming for me, I'm going out like Tony. He said those exact words.
Who is Tony? Tony Montana. Scarface. See, I know Scarface. See.
He was like, Birdman is an army.
Okay.
He said Cash Money is an army. I'm a one-man army. And if them niggas coming for me, I'm going out like Tony.
Gotcha. Scarface, the last scene in Scarface. Yeah.
But he also said,
what's the excuse for that?
We got there fun clubbing with the police. And you know, whole team, the police be starstruck. Because at the time when they pull people over, they just want to take a picture with you and stuff like that. Good cop, bad cop.
Is that, I was trying to get them off my homie? No, bruh. You was pointing them in Birdman's direction, letting them know, man, Birdman got something to do with this, man. I'm not the one, bro. I wouldn't do this. Birdman is the one who did this. This is textbook ratting. This is textbook snitching. Now, a lot of us, I'll be real, bro. A lot of us civilians, I ain't got no problem with no rats. I ain't got no problem with no snitch. I would implore Thug to drop his...
Man, look, even a regular civilian will feel some type of way if somebody goes in an interrogation room for something that ain't got shit to do with them, and all of a sudden their name just keeps coming up in the conversation. Like, why you keep mentioning me? Put my name on the damn radar or in some damn paperwork. Because, you know, they write down all of the stuff that go on in the interrogation rooms also, too. He said To Catch a Predator was based on cops lying to pedos to protect. Yeah. Entrapment. For real. They'll get a nigga over years. They'll get a nigga over months. That shit entrapment. The whole time they're talking to a lookalike, but they're a cop, you know, which is funny as hell.
Flag and join us on the good side, bro. Yo, being a civilian is peaceful. You are up a couple of $1 million. Why exactly do you want to still parade yourself as a tough street dude? Listen, bro, Thug was a week away from being free.
So he could keep his $1 million.
Thug couldn't take jail no more, bro. Thug tapped out and signed a plea deal for 15 years of probation. You clearly ain't cut out for this, man. Give up the lifestyle, man. And because he has went out of his way to take food off people's plates, nobody would care if Young Thug was just some rapper where this came out on, this could be explained away. But you can't explain it away, bro. When you want $1 million worth of game, telling them ain't no excuse to talk to the police. Letting people know that other people who did it need to be ostracized and banned from rap and blackballed. And those people lost out on millions of dollars because of you. Because these rules that you were about to explain, you said these are the rules that you live by. And anyone who don't live by these rules, they gotta be blackballed and ostracized by the rap game. And rappers like Lil Durk and Lil Baby actually listen to you too.
Stay gangster.
Stay gangster.
I always tell them
That's all I'm saying.
I tell my whole hood, you know the police can't give you no time.
Stay gangster.
So don't tell them that. When they lock you up and they want to question you or anything, just at least buck on them. Like, make them feel like you ain't gonna tell. Like, wait till your first time going to court or something, bro. Like, don't tell. Like, you told the precinct, fuck.
But at this point, he already had that conversation with him. And look how small the circle is. Gilly used to be around Bird and Wayne.
Thug is good, bro. Thug is amazing. Up the lifestyle, man. And because he has went out of his way to take food off people's plates, nobody would care if Young Thug
run that back.
was just some rapper where this came out on, this could be explained away. But you can't explain it away, bro. When you want $1 million worth of game, telling them ain't no excuse to talk to the police. Let up the lifestyle, man.
I wonder if T.I. gonna say something. They call T.I. a snitch too, but T.I. is starting to get his flowers. I be seeing on social media, so that's a good thing. But damn, everybody is snitch. Everybody is simp. Everybody running away and running around with our vernacular, y'all. If you've been in this space, it's like gangster, and gangster's always been simps, but it's like gangster is the new simp. Sound like a TV show that'll make millions, by the way, don't it? I'm creative, y'all. Y'all please hit the like button, support the show. Gangsta is the new simp. Square is the new gangster. At least online, that is. Reality of it is Rollo and Thug probably never see or hear the snitching shit in person. But online, oh, nigga, all day. All day. He said, why read part of my statement and make it seem like I have a problem with cops lying to criminals? Weird. Oh no, I'm my bad. I didn't read your full statement. My bad. I'm up here multitasking, bro. Let me read the rest of your statement. A UFO about to turn up on me. God damn. You said To Catch a Predator was based on cops lying to pedos to protect innocent children. Who gives a fuck if those sick bastards were lied to? Yeah, I didn't even read that part. I didn't even see that part. My bad. That's true. I mean, if you go look at some of the the online shows that they have, and they be catching these people in like these grocery stores and in these like different spots. Yeah. I used to watch To Catch a Predator and the the debate car show all the time. I used to watch the Catch a Predator and the bait car show all the time. When they drop off the bait car, and then somebody jump in it and think they got a free car, and then they shut that shit off. Then you got the smart ones that they ride with the car door kind of cracked open, not fully closed, so they can get out and run. And they don't even be doing nothing with the car too. They just go on it and joyride and shit like that. Imagine going to jail yelling "wee" as soon as you get in the car, and for no other reason. Most crimes and drugs are done because people are fucking bored, honestly. I'll give you that. Let's go.
Because he has went out of his way to take food off people's plates. Nobody would care if Young Thug was just some rapper where this came out on. This could be explained away. But you can't explain it away.
Yeah, I feel you. I got you, UFO Kamikaze. I didn't even read the rest of your statement. I kind of went into a whole different train of thought. Y'all, I'm doing multiple things, and then I'm kind of exhausted. I'm tired a little bit, y'all. So y'all forgive me. All right. Shout outs to everybody in the building. Please hit the like button. Good morning. Please support the show. I'm already 3 hours and 31 minutes in. Please support the show. Hit the like button. Hit the PayPal. Hit the Cash App. Let's go.
Right. When you want $1 million worth of game, telling them ain't no excuse to talk to the police. Letting people know that other people who did it need to be ostracized and banned from rap and blackballed. And those people lost out on.
But at this point, technically, Thug already had that conversation with the police. It was from 2015. But let's go.
$1,000 because of you. Because these rules that you were about to explain, you said these are the rules that you live by. And anyone who don't live by these rules, they gotta be blackballed and ostracized by the rap game. And rappers like Lil Durk and Lil Baby actually listen to you too.
Stay gangster.
Stay gangster.
I always tell them
That's all I'm saying.
I tell my whole hood, you know the police can't give you no time.
Stay gangster.
So don't tell them that. When they lock you up and they want to question you or anything, just at least buck on them. Like, make them feel like you ain't gonna tell. Like, wait till your first time going to court or something, bro. Like, don't tell. Like, you told it the precinct, fuck. They thought the police was finna do. They still gotta take you in. They already wrote the ticket. They already called it in. No matter what you tell them in the precinct.
Telling the police car. You in the car getting busy.
Yeah, you think that man finna pull over and let your pussy ass in the car. You think that nigga finna pull over and let your pussy
still gonna go through a process.
When you tell him, he gonna say, okay, I got a lieutenant, you can tell that to. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, don't even tell me, bitch. I can't write this on your ticket. Mm-hmm. So tell to this one. Tell to this.
How you go from that philosophy to a voluntarily 2-hour interrogation with the police? Thug didn't have to be there. Thug wasn't under no subpoena, no nothing. Thug came voluntarily to speak to the police. Thug was not arrested, nothing. His homie Pee Wee Roscoe was already arrested. So if you're there to free Pee Wee Roscoe, It didn't happen, bro. He's already arrested. He's already charged. He's already going through the process. Whatever you're going to say in that interrogation room could only hurt Pee Wee Roscoe. It couldn't help him. It couldn't help him. Right? Because one, the police ain't going to use anything you say in the interrogation room if it's going to help them. And then secondly, right, whatever you say, they're going to nitpick and choose what's going to hurt them and then use that. Let's get back to this Rollo and Young Thug situation. So Rollo went on DJ Academics and he broke down how Young Thug is responsible for the internal turmoil that's currently happening in Atlanta. He broke down how when he came home, Lil Baby pulled up on him. Baby gave him $50,000, right? Baby and him was all the way locked in, doing features, all type of stuff. And when he looked up, Young Thug called in and told Baby to stop messing with Rollo and ruin their relationship. He also spoke on Gunna and other people. And he will say, yo, if Thug is the reason why.
So again, Thug paid. And it's like shit, Lil Baby got a situation, but Thug paid Lil Baby to get out the streets and stop gambling. And he paid Lil Baby to, get out the streets, stop gambling, and rap. So let's go.
All of us is currently beefing, and while we're not united, and he did this in the name of the street code or in the name of he's against rats, then how come Thug then get a pass for doing what he did? Because if you cause this much destruction behind something, you're supposed to be perfect and flawless with no type of gray area rap shit around your name, which I 100% agree.
My whole thing is, how in the fuck K-Wound did my nigga Lil Wound to death? But let's go from the beginning. Who the fuck started all this bull in Atlanta? Whoever started all this pussy in the game, period. One, the first thing Thug did was try to turn Birdman against Lil Wayne. Tried to take his album name, tried to move, that shit lame. Then he tell on the nigga that's supposed to handle the business. The second thing this nigga did,
wait, slow down. Because I always thought it was. So you believe that was Thug that kind of turned them against each other?
I wouldn't say that was the initiative because of course, but what I'm saying is, when he got in that shit, he had to name. I don't even want to do no lame shit like that and speak on it, but he had to name him up in the bottle, nothing. That's everybody know Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne. He the go. Everybody know he had Carter 1, 2, 3. I'm just giving you emphasis from beginning to the end. All he ever did was do lame shit. The whole shit is about this nigga doing lame shit. Then he turned on Rich Homie, tried to turn the whole world against Rich Homie, and then at the same time, before this man death, he told us out his own mouth that it was one of the darkest times in his life. Then he turned around and took the whole world against Wildfire Lucci. Whole world. Everybody go against Lucci. Everybody go against, what's that name? Yeah, he tried to turn everybody against Lucci. Now all these three things is 100%. Everybody can go back and look at this. This ain't from Rollo. Then he turned around, he was beefing with Future, calling my phone. Future, calling Future. Like, going back and forth on the net. Boom. Then he turned around, he see Gunna surpassing every in the industry. Now he called to the street, turn everybody in the world against Gunna. And say, oh, whatever Wham say go against, he turned Wham against Gunna. He turned everybody against her. Then, me and Lil Baby, we go to the dentist. I'm getting my teeth. Then Lil Baby walking me home. He happy to see me. He pussy old Thug. He pull another evil stunt. Oh, let me call it. All this nigga did, everything that done happened in Atlanta, everybody going against each other. Why? Because his pussy.
What type of man is calling another man to tell that man, don't mess with that man? You're goofy, you're weird, bruh. You're weird. Yo, if I see that you and this dude is friends, and this dude that you're friends with has done nothing to me, he ain't snitch on me, all right? He wasn't on my case. Why would I call you and say, hey, bro, you know, bro, like he got like a snitch jacket, man. yo, why you walking him home, bro? Why you giving him $50,000, bro? That's not right, bro. You gotta cut that out, bro. Cause thugs, cause I'm thug and I said so. That's goofy. That's weird stuff, man. Yo, and stuff like this.
All right, how this works is that Thug don't have to say that. He at the point he don't have to say that. And people are giving him grace because he quote unquote just came home. But does that even matter? In their world, you know, you got weirdo hood niggas and civilians that are from the hood, but they don't do hood shit unless it's like domestic shit, like, you know. They living by street rules also, but not street. No snitching. It's like, nigga, if you don't pay your traffic ticket and get out of these damn people face, niggas be in court for a damn civilian shit, traffic ticket and shit, talking about some murder. Nigga be in court to do jury duty talking about murder. Moita.
I can't write this on your ticket. So tell to this one. Tell to this.
How you go from that philosophy to a voluntarily 2-hour interrogation with the police? Thug didn't have to be there. Thug wasn't under no subpoena, no nothing. Thug came voluntarily to speak to the police. Thug was not arrested, nothing. His homie Pee Wee Roscoe was already arrested. So if you're there to free Pee Wee Roscoe, it didn't happen, bro. He's already arrested. He's already charged. He's already going through the process. Whatever you're going to say in that interrogation room could only hurt Pee Wee Roscoe. It couldn't help him. It couldn't help him. All right? Because one, you know, the police ain't going to use anything you say in the interrogation room if it's going to help him. And then secondly, right, you know, whatever you say, they're going to nitpick and choose what's going to hurt him and then use that. Let's get back to this Rollo and Young Thug situation. So Rollo went on DJ Academics and he broke down how Young Thug is responsible for the internal turmoil that's currently happening in Atlanta. He broke down how when he came home, Lil Baby pulled up on him. Baby gave him $50,000, right? Baby and him was all the way locked in, doing features, all type of stuff. And when he looked up, Young Thug called in and told Baby to stop messing with Rollo and ruin their relationship. He also spoke on Gunna and other people. And he would say, yo, if Thug is the reason why all of us is currently beefing and why we're not united, and he did this in the name of the street code or in the name of he's against rats, then how come Thug then get a pass for doing what he did? Because if you cause this much destruction behind something, you're supposed to be perfect and flawless with no type of gray area rap shit around your name, which I 100% agree.
My whole thing is, how in the fuck okay, wow, did my nigga love around the devil? But let's go from the beginning. Who the fuck started all this bull in Atlanta? Whoever started all this pussy in the game, period. One, the first thing Thug did was try to turn Birdman against Lil Wayne. Try to take his album name, try to move, that shit lame. Then he tell on the nigga that's supposed to handle the business. The second thing this nigga did,
wait, slow down. Because I always thought it was so you believe that was Thug that kind of turned them against each other.
Nah, I wouldn't say that was the initiative because of course, but what I'm saying is when he got in that shit, like, yeah, man, I don't even want to do no lame shit like that and speak on it, but he ain't had to name him up in the bottle or nothing. That's everybody know Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne, he the go. Everybody know he had called the 1, 2, 3. I'm just giving you emphasis from beginning to the end. All he ever did was do lame shit. The whole shit is about this nigga doing lame shit. Then he turned on Rich Homie tried to turn the whole world against Rich Homie, and then at the same time, before this man death, he told us out his own mouth that this was one of the darkest times in his life. Then he turned around and took the whole world against Wildfire Lucci. Whole world. Everybody go against Lucci. Everybody go against, what's that name? Yeah, he tried to turn everybody against Lucci. Now, all these three things is 100%. Everybody can go back and look at this. This ain't from Rollo. Then he turned around, he was beefing with Future, calling my phone. Future, calling Future. Like, going back and forth on the net. Boom. Then he turned around, he see Gunna surpassing every in the industry. Now he called to the street, turn everybody in the world against Gunna. And say, oh, whatever Wham say go against it. He turned Wham against Gunna. He turned everybody against her. Then, me and Lil Baby, we go to the dentist. I'm getting my teeth did. Then, Lil Baby welcome me home. He happy to see me. He pussy old thug. He pull another evil snap. Oh, let me call it. All this did. Everything that done happened in Atlanta, everybody going against each other. Why? Because his pussy.
What type of man is calling another man to tell that man, don't mess with that man? You're goofy, you're weird, bruh. You're weird. Yo, if I see that you and this dude is friends, and this dude that you're friends with has done nothing to me, he ain't snitch on me, all right? He wasn't on my case. Why would I call you and say, hey, bro, bro, like he got like a snitch jacket, man. Yo, why you walking him home, bro? Why you giving him 50,000, bro? That's not right, bro. You gotta cut that out, bro. Cause thugs, Cause I'm thug and I said so? That's goofy. That's weird stuff, man. Yo, and stuff like this usually exists among women and street dudes. Those are the two demographics that goofy stuff like this have. Women and street dudes, bro. Women are calling other women to gossip about why they shouldn't hang out with that other woman. Women and street dudes, bro. Now, Rollo will also make a very good point in terms of Thug excusing himself and what he did as an honest mistake, but what Gunna did as snitching.
His been doing that, but whole shit around the wall. He thought he was Pablo Escobar. He sitting there like he John got a fucking you a street. He didn't did nothing in these streets. You ain't put in no work. Woody put in all the work. Like none of it, you ain't do nothing on your case. So what I'm saying is, all this nigga doing is shit, bro.
Hey, let me ask you a question. And but I feel like you're giving me you're kind of summing up a lot of stuff here, but you said that he's turning people against each other. Like let's say Lil Baby got his own mind. He's his own boss, I would imagine, right? How could Thug turn him against you or him against them?
First of all, if you did that, why in the fuck is you so against all rat? Nigga, you talk kid cutting. You going super rat crazy. Yeah, you don't want to. Okay, let's just say, Thug, you did make a mistake until
super rat crazy.
Why the fuck you ain't saying, goddamn, Gunna made a mistake? So basically you're saying, you can make a mistake and do some lying shit, but Gunna can't make a mistake and do some lying shit. Oh, just like you said, it ain't about you telling, it's about who told. Like, come on, man, like, this shit ain't cool. Like, what he doing is 100%.
He's 100% right. Now, another person who we all want to hear from, I'll be real, this is one of the few people I really wanted to hear what his take was on his Thug situation. YSL Woody. YSL Woody was minding his business when Young Thug put him in a song and made him hot. And the police started to monitor YSL Woody because of that. And because of that, YSL Woody was dragged to jail back and forth routinely. And eventually he started to snitch. Well, YSL Woody would give his take on Young Thug, and he would call Young Thug a manipulator and claim that Young Thug manipulated him and everybody.
Information is the key. Information is the key. And when you in these streets, everybody playing for keeps.
Woody.
Everybody playing for keeps. Why you think when it was time for the jury to reach a verdict, it was only Yak Gotti and Shannon sitting in the courtroom? Because Thug tapped out. All Thug had to do is just be patient. But you get out of jail talking about you felt like you were never in jail. Yak Gotti and Shannon, you have reached a verdict of not guilty. Oh, yo, them niggas reached a verdict and not guilty. How stupid is he looking? How stupid? But then he come out with his first interview. He got a mask over his face, y'all. He can't look at himself. He can't look at himself. His conscience eating him up. He trying to pay all this money to keep this stuff out the blogs, keep paying the media. This what the control they have. This the control they have. Calling people, bro, don't unfollow me, bro. No, I mean, not right now, bro. I understand you don't mess with me, bro, but just do it in a professional way, bro. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. What happened to you, my brother, right or wrong? What happened to the word blow? What happened to we gonna ride to the end? What happened to the end?
That's grade A manipulation. Nothing more than manipulation. We brother, we twin. We locked in for life, right or wrong. Man, I could never turn against your twin. Is all of that? Is all we locked in when I want you to go spin on YFN Nut, when I want you to catch a body on my behalf because I'm the multi-millionaire rapper and I don't want to throw my life and career away. But the thing is, I shouldn't be telling you who's Poe. I shouldn't be telling you who's trying to get your life together, who's trying to feed your family. I shouldn't be telling you to go commit crimes on my behalf. I should be telling you how to get these millions how I got it. But instead, I put a pistol in your hand and said, go do this because we locked in, we twin, I got your back forever. Woody is now realizing that he was manipulated by Young Thug. That Thug never really liked him, that they was never really locked in, that he was just being used by Thug because he was, the crash dummy. Woody was the one who was going to go when it was time to go. Thug wasn't going. Thug ain't fed in Atlanta. Woody was fed in Atlanta, though. All right. Thug wasn't in Woody songs. Woody was in Thug songs. Thug was rapping about who Woody was. Woody wasn't rapping about who Thug was. Right. Because Woody ain't had nothing to rap about. Woody ain't had nothing to rap about what Thug was. Woody ain't have nothing to rap about. But what did Thug do?
Everybody always tell me, you my brother, I'm with you right or wrong. But soon as the world say you wrong, they be the first ones that told the world you were wrong. And you still protecting them. When deep down inside, you know they the cause of it from the start. You know they wrong from the start. But due to the fact that I got responsibilities, I got kids I want to raise, that I wasn't a part of my kids' life. Let me tell y'all something. I don't look for sympathy. You feel me? I didn't know no better, but when I did know better, I choose to do better. That's why I'm where I'm at now. And guess what? I got custody. I got my kid living with me. She go to school with me. I got my other little girl. She okay. You feel what I'm saying? I got my family. They all love me. We go to church every Sunday. We ain't on no BS. We ain't on none. The kids see me in the community and other places.
Everyone at this point is seeing right through Young Thug's BS. Even Sauce Walka, who was usually inactive on Twitter, took to Twitter just to respond or to react to this Young Thug situation. Sauce Walka and Young Thug been beefing now for about a decade. But Sauce will say, these the ninjas y'all was idolizing and high-siding me over. LOL. Y'all seen the signs years ago and ignored it. Who's lame now? TSF stood tall in courtroom, not one snitch in splat business. Right? And he would also respond back and he would say, snakes and rats are in the same group of the animal kingdom. The scum of the jungle, no honor among snakes and rats. Don't try to switch to a spider now, LOL. Your snake skin already exposed. Y'all fans and kids still want to be slimes? Or y'all finally understand the message now? In the streets, a snake is a scavenger just like a rat. If the streets was a jungle, a snakes prey on the weak and the people closest to them who guards are down. Double cross, triple cross, no backbone, no loyalty, no principle is the point of the analogy. That's a little nicer than I expected because it kind of sounds like Sauce Walka is saying Young Thug is not a snitch, but he's a snake though, right? It sounds like he's saying, hey, Young Thug crossed or backdoor or did some snake things to his homie by speaking a little too much or by speaking on Birdman or by making calls to get people blackballed a band, but I can't go as far as to call him a rat. Because he's saying he's a snake and not a rat. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man, what do y'all think about this, okay? What do you guys think about this Young Thug situation. Y'all think Young Thug can bounce back from this, man? Let me know,
Hell
okay? And if
no.
you're still watching, click on this video here
Hell
somewhere
no.
on my screen, right here on my screen, to find out how Dame Dash tried to expose Cameron.
Oh man, we got so much stuff to get into. We're gonna keep this one at 4 hours. See you guys on the next one. Please support the show on air, off air, because you care. Player Talk.